The following is a production of CUTV Sports.
Hello and welcome to CUTV Football Game of the Week. We are here at Charleroi Area High School at Cougar Stadium, the Rose Bowl of the Mon Valley. And Tyler, action has already started with no fanfare. The Deer Lakes Lancers will receive the ball. They will get the ball at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 to start action here. But this is a matchup of two 0-4 teams. Both these teams lost their games last week.
They did. Last game for Charleroi, they ended up losing to Mount Pleasant 74-7. However, last game for Deer Lakes, same kind of thing, Zach, where they lost to East Allegheny 35-6. So both of them kind of starting off on the wrong foot, but one of them is going to win tonight. We're going to find out which one it is.
Yeah, and last year when this matchup was played, it was at Deer Lakes, and we'll get to where exactly that is later. Tyler, I know you know more about that, but Deer Lakes came away with the win in the contest. Now we will have 1st and 10 for Deer Lakes. It is a pitch handoff, outside run, gain to about the 39, so it'll be a gain of 4. That is number 13 for Deer Lakes. That is Josh Plocky.
Josh Plocky on the carry there, but as you see, Zach, the last meeting, Deer Lakes ended up winning that one 40-21 over Charleroi, so they have the upper hand overall, especially coming off of last year. They're going to look to carry that momentum from last year to this year as well.
It will be 2nd and 5 for Deer Lakes from the 40-yard line. Back, another pitch handoff. This time it is stopped for no gain right at the 40, so it'll be 3rd down. That is number 13, Josh Plocky, again on the run.
Plocky had a lot of room to run to the left side there, Zach. If you take a look at the replay, he had a hole, but he decided to cut the wrong way. I don't know if he didn't see it or what, but he ran into that sea of red jerseys and into his own line as well. Couldn't get much on that carry.
Yeah, that's something that's going to be really tested because both these teams only scored under 7 points each last week and gave up a lot on their defense. So this could be a high-scoring contest or a very low-scoring contest, which we'll have to see. Back to pass, and it is completed for a 1st down and more out to the 50-yard line, midfield. That is number 19 for Deer Lakes. That is Sal Stoneburner, a junior wide receiver.
Yeah, Scott Kelly on the pass on that one. A beautiful pass, able to find the open receiver there. Carried upfield to about the 50-yard line, right around the 49. Nonetheless, it's the 1st down, the 3rd down play.
Yeah, and that's going to be a key. Keep getting those 3rd down conversions. You might find yourself with a big chance to win. As now, Deer Lakes will line up in shotgun formation. Kelly is the quarterback, number 6, and he will keep it himself up the middle. It is a big run, and I believe actually the snap went to number 13, Josh Plocky, who is also listed as a quarterback on the roster, but he's been doing a lot of the running duties so far.
Yeah, they're putting their faith in the sophomore this week. Again, that's Scott Kelly. Plocky was the starting quarterback as far as what we saw from the rosters and as well as on the stat sheets. But nonetheless, he's going to be the running back this week. They're going to put their faith into a different running back.
Yeah, and you might see that some different looks might confuse the Charleroi defense, get you some more points on the board. Now another play, and it's another keeper up the middle. I believe Plocky again. He will work his way up to about the 36-yard line, and that is Plocky. So he's getting a lot of running lanes so far, and that will be another 1st down for Deer Lakes.
Yeah, Deer Lakes offensive line here, Zach. Good job on the rush offense, on the rush block there. Able to drive Charleroi defense back and get the yardage for Plocky to run over. So that's always good when you have a strong offensive line that can do that for you.
And we did see last week, Charleroi gave up 74 points, so their defense is really going to have to buckle down. You see right now, they're already giving up a lot of yardage to Deer Lakes. That won't help them in the long run. See another pitch play. This time, Plocky back to pass. Receiver wide open at the 10, and that is a touchdown a little bit of a gadget play right there. The pass complete to number 4, Brandon Newmaster, the senior running back from Plocky. Number 13, Tyler, you see right here, a lot of gadget plays are run in high school, and it worked right there.
Absolutely, it worked to a T, beat the defender. The defender was expecting the run, the whole defense was expecting the run, but that's why Plocky is a senior on the roster, a senior quarterback on the roster, because he must have experience in that position. He just showed why right there. That was a beautiful pass, and right on the dime, right in the breadbasket.
Now Deer Lakes will line up for the extra point as it stands at 6-0, barring the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So Deer Lakes takes an early 7-0 lead. When we come back, we'll see Charleroi get the ball for their first time here on CUTV.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back to CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Deer Lakes already has an early 7-0 lead on a trick play touchdown from Josh Plocky to Brandon Newmaster into the end zone, caught it about the 10, ran the extra yards for the touchdown. And now kicking off is Matt McClausland.
Now it's time for Charleroi to see if they have any sort of answer on offense. I'm sure they're going to want to, though, because in order to keep this game close, that's what they're going to have to do, score quick.
And it's a bit of a squib kick, and the returner botches it, takes it at the 5-yard line, needs to break some defenders. He breaks one set, breaks another, out to the 25, the 30, the 40, has one man to beat the 50, able to beat him to the 35, the 30, the 25, 20, 50, 10, 5, touchdown, return for Charleroi. We'll have to see who that is. That is number 3 for Charleroi. That is Dakota Moore, a senior wide receiver, defensive back. And Tyler, he really missed that one the first time, able to evade some defenders and take it all the way for the score.
Absolutely impressive. You might see this on a top play of the week on High School Roundup. Botches the kickoff, beats 3 defenders from Deer Lakes, comes up on a few more, uses his speed, turns on the burners here up the sidelines. Great awareness not to go out of bounds. Goes left, goes right, beats the kicker, and then he has nothing but green ahead of him. Reservations for 6 for that young man.
And we saw that last week in the Elizabeth Ford Bell Vernon game, a few kickoff returns. We might see the same thing here tonight. I know you said might be the top play, High School Roundup. We'll have to see when we film that next week. We have a lot more game to go for these highlights as the extra point is up, but there is a stoppage. There's a flag on the play. Believe it'll probably be a false start against Charleroi, so that will back them up on the extra point.
False start going against the
Well, hopefully that won't affect them any. I mean, I'm sure only 5 yards is only 5 yards, but you never know for these younger high school athletes. 5 yards could be a big difference maker, so hopefully that won't be too much of an effect for the kicker here. The kicker for Charleroi is number 12, David Nuzzo. He's a sophomore. He's listed as a wide receiver, defensive back, but obviously he's the kicker because he's the one kicking the field goals.
And we don't know if any relation to Cody Nuzzo, who kicks the ball for Cal Vulcans, but Devin Nuzzo nonetheless on the kick, and it is good. So Charleroi with a quick answer to Deer Lake's opening touchdown. It is now all tied at 7 here on CUTV. When we come back, more first quarter action.
CUTV is your home for local high school football action. Sundays at 8:30, Thursdays at 5:30, only on CUTV.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back from break here on CUTV Sports High School Football Game of the Week. It is all tied at 7, Tyler, after Deer Lake struck for an early touchdown pass, and then Charleroi with a big long return from number 3, Dakota Moorer.
And again, I apologize on the wrong name there. Sean Cole was actually your kicker on that one, as you see him on your screen now. He's number 32. He's a freshman, so he's got quite the leg on him for a freshman, Zach. I will say that. He got both of those extra kicks up pretty well. Be interesting to see maybe if he goes to some sort of college for that. I bet you he's a soccer player, though. That's usually what these high schools like to do. They like to recruit some soccer players off the soccer team and say, hey, come kick field goals for us. Usually works out in the long run.
I know my high school down in Georgia recruited one of the forwards for the soccer team who's a senior, never played football in his life, made a few field goals his senior year while I was in high school. So it's a big trend to do that because they have the leg power to get the ball up in the air in far distances, which you might see in high school football or even college sometimes.
A good friend of mine from Burrell High School actually did the same exact thing. Now he's kicking field goals for Slippery Rock University, so you never know.
And the kickoff is away for Charleroi, taking about the 20-yard line by Deer Lakes. Broken tackle and taken down about the 35-yard line, so a 15-yard return. That is number 13, Josh Plocky. We have called his name a lot tonight already, Tyler, in a lot on the offense.
Yeah, he seems to be that big player for Deer Lakes that they're going to rely on. Usually every team has that player that they rely on. We saw last week with Elizabeth Ford and Matt Bernadowski. Now we're seeing with Pulaski as he calls the plays. If he might be going back as a quarterback, but to our knowledge, he's still running back.
And it looks like he is lining up under center at quarterback for the Lancers. They have 2 receivers, well, really 4 receivers, 2 of them closer to the line and then 1 back. Player in motion, that is number 4. That is Brandon Newmaster, who caught the touchdown pass. Now a screen pass taken for about 2 yards.
Locky's pass complete to number 4.
That was number 4, Brandon Newmaster again. And looks like there is a flag on the field. But now we're going to look at the kick return for Charleroi.
Yeah, as you see, he takes it back upfield, stiff arms the one tackler, and it's pretty much end of the deal there. I mean, he only had one more person to beat, and he ended up beating him. That was the kicker that he had to beat. But the flag on the play that we saw before we went to the replay rather, I believe is going to be against Deer Lakes. I believe the head coach was having an argument with the referee, so that's going to set him back a little bit.
I actually do not see any notification that there was a penalty, Tyler, so no penalty into play. It is a run up the middle. There's number 7 for Deer Lakes. That is Arlen Carpuzzi, a senior running back. Yet to call his name. He gets his first action there, but there was no penalty, so it brings up 3rd and 8 from the 37 with 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I saw the flag. I figured that might have been, clear indication. I saw the referee and the head coach for Deer Lakes talking. I figured that might have been something, some sort of discrepancy that they didn't agree on. Nonetheless, no harm, no foul. 3rd and 8, Deer Lakes with the ball. They're looking to put some more points on the board.
Deer Lakes converted a 3rd down. Their first drive led them to a touchdown. Let's see what they can do here. Rolling out, and the pass is incomplete through the receiver's hands. That is number 19. That is Sal Stoneburner. We called his name before in the last drive. I believe he caught the first 3rd down conversion for Deer Lakes. This time not able to come down with it.
Not sure exactly what happened on this one, Zach. It looks like just couldn't get his hands on it enough. I don't think he took his eyes off the ball to look upfield. I think he just didn't get the fingertips on it. And that'll lead to a 4th down for Deer Lake, something you never want to do. Ever, really, in football. You want to be successful, but they're going to have to punt here on 4th down.
That is number 10, Hunter Burns. He is a sophomore wide receiver. He will be doing the punting duties. And we have not seen Charleroi's offense yet, or Deer Lake's defense. So a new unproven part of the game is coming up as the punt is returned. Evasive defenders runs down the sideline. We might see another one taken down about the 36-yard line. Dakota Moorer breaking off some big returns. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it was homecoming tonight here at Charleroi High School. And we do have a clip for you of who the homecoming queen was. That is Miss Nicole Miller. Her king was Gunnar Riley, so a great accomplishment for her to be homecoming queen.
It's always good to be on the homecoming court, no matter if you win king or queen or not. But I mean, that's always just an extra bonus, is to win king or queen. But congratulations to the both of them. They deserve it. It's going to be a memory that they're going to hold and cherish for the rest of their lives. Tell their grandchildren later in years, like, oh yeah, I was the homecoming king of Charleroi in my graduating class. You know, it's always a cool story to tell.
Always a fun story indeed, as now Charleroi offense makes their debut. A bad snap, bounces to the quarterback, under some pressure, gets away, and now he is finally taken down. That is number 15 for Charleroi. That is Brennan Matthews. He is a senior quarterback slash linebacker. It was a loss of 1. It is 2nd and 11.
Justin Garland for Deer Lakes on the tackle there. A nice job for wrapping him up. He was the last person in line before he had a couple more yards of open green ahead of him. So good job by him. Good form tackle, wrap him up, take him down. That's exactly what they teach you starting in the miniature leagues.
2nd and 11 for Charleroi. This is their first drive on offense. It is a handoff up the middle, a gain of maybe nothing, actually. So it'll be 3rd and 11 from the 38 with about 6 minutes left in the first quarter. So Charleroi's offense not able to move the ball so far. They are now facing a 3rd and long, Tyler.
Yeah, Deer Lakes' defense is proven to be pretty decent so far this year, Zach, overall. But nonetheless, they're proving it here against Charleroi. Charleroi's only 7 points, obviously coming from a kickoff return, so holding strong so far, so good.
Now Charleroi with a 3rd and 10. Matthews back to pass, trying to find an open receiver, throws the ball, and it is caught. I believe that's number 3, Dakota Moore. We are really going to see a lot of action out of him tonight, doing all the big plays so far.
Yeah, good job by Moore getting open, and good job on the offensive line to hold them up there. Again, your quarterback, number 15, Brendan Matthews, scans the field, has all the time in the world, really. I mean, good job by his offensive line, really holding strong there. And good job by Moore getting open, beating out the defenders, doing a nice job on the post play.
Now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. So Charleroi enters the red zone for the first time, their first offensive drive. And now Matthews keeps it, looks like he was going to pitch it, breaks it out to the 10, trying to go to the end zone, and he will score. Matthews breaks it off on a quarterback keeper. Looked like he was going to run the option, Tyler, but breaks it off up the middle for a Charleroi score, making it 13-7.
That one looked like a play from Madden, Zach, as we take a look at the replay. He spin moves off the defender, he takes it back up, and just shreds all kinds of tackles. Stiff arm to the right, puts the team on his back, basically, like they say with Marshawn Lynch. A great run by the quarterback, Brendan Matthews. Takes it in for 6. That's a great play.
I want him on my next Madden video game to put him on my team that I run. If you're going to say he looks like he's from Madden, any player like that can be useful in that game. And the kick is up and good. So Charleroi will have a 14-7 lead. And when we come back, Deer Lakes will receive the kickoff here on CUTV.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back to CUTV High School Football Game of the Week. Charleroi putting some more points on the board, their first offensive drive. We saw the same thing out of Deer Lakes. Now, Tyler, I believe we're going to look at the touchdown on replay. We have not brought it up yet, but it was a big score. You said Madden-like, the way Brennan Matthews just ran up the middle to the end zone.
Yeah, definitely a big playmaker indeed, Matthews is. As you saw him spin move off the first defender, a couple stiff arms. As he's trying to be dragged down by his horse collar, he stays strong. He sees the red end zone in front of him, and sure enough, he goes after it and gets in before he's brought down. So great job by Matthews. Good awareness to know where he's at, and a lot of fight in the kid. That's what you like to see.
Now Cole will kick the ball away. It is taken at the 16-yard line by the Deer Lakes returner. Goes up the middle, meets some defenders, and taken down about the 35-yard line. That's the average starting field position for Deer Lakes. Now we will look at the replay of the touchdown, Tyler.
Yeah, again, as I said, the spin move. Then you got the juke to the right. You got the one avoided tackle there. You got a stiff arm right there to the chest. And he's being dragged down by the shoulders, by the jersey. Just the Deer Lakes defenders couldn't get him down before he got in that end zone. That's a great play by Matthews. Something you don't see a lot of in high school, because a lot of kids will typically just go down with a lot of pressure like that, but it just shows his strength. He's a great player.
Yeah, it shows the want to really want to get into the end zone. He wants to win this game tonight. These are both 0-4 teams looking for their first win. Matthews says, I'm going to put you on my back and let's ride to victory tonight. Now Deer Lakes will have the ball. Plosky is the quarterback. He will run to the 40, down at the 42-yard line. So it is a gain of 7. That will be 2nd and 3 with 4:47 left in the first quarter.
A little slow to get up on that one as you take a look at it. See him go up the middle, but right there he kind of gets his head smacked a little bit. Little woozy to get up, I saw at the end of the replay, but nonetheless he's still up, he's still going. He's going to try to be like Matthews here and try to put the team on his back and carry Deer Lakes to victory. It's going to be a good game, Zach.
That was Dakota Moorer on the hit. We've seen him play a lot on the offense. Now he's on the defense. Plosky with another run. He will gain it out to about the 46. That is enough for a first down for the Lancers. So they will have a fresh set of downs with 4:10 left in the first quarter.
Great play by Deer Lakes, by Plosky. He carried himself, moved the chains, just slowly but surely chipping away. They're doing a good job on offense, executing on this defense of Charleroi. So if Deer Lakes can persistently keep up that offensive pressure that they're playing, I mean, all they're going to keep doing is putting points up on the board. Idealistically, that's what you want to do as a football team. So Charleroi's got to step it up on defense, hold this lead, because I think if you give Deer Lakes a lot of momentum on offense, it could be dangerous.
I'd like to see maybe they start doing some play-action plays, fake the run, and get some receivers open. There is a pass now, Plosky, and it is intercepted, I believe. Not really sure. I don't think it was actually completed, but there is a flag on the field, Tyler, so we have to see what the call is with 3:45 left. Looks like it might be pass interference against either Charleroi or maybe offensive pass interference against Deer Lakes.
I believe you're right with one of those calls, but we'll see what the white hat says here, Zach. He's going to make his decision. I think it's going to be offensive pass interference. It's going to be defensive pass interference.
And that is an automatic first down, Tyler. So Charleroi almost coming up with the interception. That's Dakota Moorer, number 3, the defensive back. You see right there, almost comes up with the interception. I believe he actually did, but it won't count because of the penalty.
Yeah, he was able to cradle the ball and hold on to it. So good job by him to hold on, but nonetheless, you can't do that. Let's say, like to say, you can't mess with the receiver at all. You can't mess with the play, can't mess with the outcome. You got to play the ball, not the receiver. So,
and it looks like he actually did play the ball on that one, going for the interception, but getting too much in the way of the receiver, that's really what cost him right there for the penalty. Now a first down for Deer Lakes from the 39 in Charleroi territory. It is a handoff up the middle and a gain to about the 36-yard line, so a gain of 3. It will be 2nd and 7 with 3:19 left.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay on that one. Pretty nice job giving it to your number 9. Again, that's Ryan McGrath, a junior running back. He's all 5'10", 220, so a pretty decent size on him. I'd like to see him get into some open field, maybe see if he has any speed on him. But for the most part, he looks like a pretty strong, maybe a fullback type running back. So it'd be nice to see him run the ball some more.
Yeah, we might see him later in short yard and down opportunities. We see another run up the middle. That is going for a big gain, taken out to about the 18-yard line. I believe that's number 10, Hunter Burns, a sophomore wide receiver, getting in on the running action tonight.
Yeah, it seems like Deer Lakes offense really enjoys, working the run game to their advantage. And as I said earlier in the game, the offensive line for Deer Lakes is very good at, organizing a run offense, making open holes for the running backs to run through. So far it's been working for them. Why stop if it's working?
First and 10 from the 18, the first time Deer Lakes has been in the red zone, and now an outside pitch run to number 10. That is Burns again, and he will gain his way out to about the 17, 16, or no, excuse me, that is actually the 12-yard line.
Burns once again on a carry for Deer
So it'll
Lake.
be first or second and
Chad
5
Wagner
from the
and
13.
Brennan
They will
Matthews.
call it on the board
Gain of
with
5,
2:10
second and
left.
5.
Just chipping away slowly and
Ball
surely
plays at
at
the
the
Cougar
defense is what
13-yard
Deer Lakes
line.
is doing, and it's working for them. They're not going to stop if it's not working. Don't fix it if it ain't broke, is the saying. So, I mean, they're doing a good job, and it might lead to a touchdown here if Charleroi doesn't have anything to say about it.
We've seen one pass on this drive, and it went for an interception, but it was negated by a defensive pass interference. So Deer Lakes has really been successful running the ball. They started this drive at the 35-yard line. They're now at the 13, second and 5. And there's going to be a penalty flag. There was going to be a screen pass. I believe that's number 2, Ryan
Delay of
Newman.
game going against
But
the
it is a
Lancers.
delay of game against the Lancers. So they'll back them up to second and 10.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad mistake there, Zach. It's something you never want to do, especially when you have a lot of momentum on offense. Now you're going to have to completely change up your play because now the defense saw what you were bringing to the table. They saw what they were going to go for. Now you're going to have to completely change it again. Probably revert back to a run because now that they see that the pass is coming, I would expect a run here. Just chip away. It's been working. It's second and 10 now. Ball on the 18. So, I mean, I would just keep up with the run. They expected the pass at first. Now you got to completely change your game plan.
And the one key on this drive is, as I believe there's going to be a timeout called by Deer Lakes now. The one key is the blocking done by the offensive line and some of the receivers for Deer Lakes, really giving them opportunities to find running lanes and run down the field, which is something that they've been able to do
Saturday,
this
October
entire
12th,
drive and their first drive,
2013.
which they got 7 points off as well.
Why don't we go ahead and take a look at Deer Lake's schedule, Zach? It's a pretty interesting one as they play in the Allegheny Conference. You see a loss to Valley at the beginning of the year. Shadyside, Freeport, and East Allegheny, all of them losses. But then you got Summit Academy coming up, but they're not so easy to beat anymore. They're a pretty tough team. Katanning is as well. Ford City has a great program up there, up north. And obviously, my alma mater, the Burl Buccaneers, they still have left the final game of the season. So a tough schedule to start with Valley and Shadyside, especially those two. But then as the end of the year progresses, we got Katanning. Summit Academy is never an easy task, and Burl's never an easy task as well because these two teams, Burl and Deer Lakes, are kind of slowly becoming a rivalry, if you will, as far as when it comes on the gridiron. So you might see an interesting matchup there at the end of the year.
Now it will be second and 10 from the 18 after the delay of game penalty and the timeout. It is a run up the middle to about the 15-yard line, so a gain of 3 on the play. It will be third and 7 with 1:16 left in the first quarter. And now, Tyler, I know we just looked at Deer Lake's schedule. You see the replay here, short run up the middle. But this is a non-conference matchup against Charleroi, so this will not count in their conference standings. Charleroi is in the Interstate Conference. Deer Lake's in the Allegheny, which I know you're familiar with, being from Burl. So Charleroi dealing with teams like Jeanette and Washington in the Interstate Conference is really going to challenge them as well when we look at their schedule later.
Oh, absolutely. But, I mean, nonetheless, this is a good game for both teams to kind of tune up a little bit.
Now it will be third and 7 from the 15. Plosky looking to pass, and it is incomplete. Had to shake off a defender, almost taken down in the backfield. But this time, Deer Lake's unsuccessful. It looks like they will probably have to go out for the field goal. It will probably be, if they go for it, a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, Zach, to see the play action roll out to the right side there. You have all the room to the left to work with, but nonetheless, they wanted to go to the right, but nonetheless, that's why I'm not up here calling the calls. I'm up here just calling the game. I'm not a coach, but we're going to see a field goal from Deer Lakes.
That is Matt McGoslin on the field goal. It is 32-yard attempt. It is up, and it is no good. So Deer Lakes not able to get any points on the board. McGoslin has not had a lot of success this game, misses the field goal there. And on the opening kickoff from Deer Lakes to Charleroi, when Deer Lakes first scored, it was returned for a touchdown. So the kicker not having some early success here in the game.
It looks like he had the distance, Zach, but just pushed it way too far to the left. So that'll never help your case. But at least he had some leg on it. That's always some sort of confidence. But as again, as we talk about Charleroi schedule, Zach, and this is what kind of concerned me coming into this game. This is what made me thought Charleroi might have an edge here. Look at their first 4 games of the season. York, Jeanette, Washington, Mount Pleasant, top 4 in your interstate conference. That's never an easy task. So then you have Deer Lakes, Waynesburg coming up, Greensburg Central Catholic, Southmoreland and Brownsville. Those games in the end I think might be winnable for Charleroi, and this is a good game, like I said, to tune up your offense, tune up your defense, and maybe get to that win.
Now Charleroi on offense, it is a run up the middle to about the 24-yard line. So a gain of 4 on the play will be 2nd and 6 as we have 19 seconds left in the first quarter. I would imagine that would be the last play of the quarter. A lot of early action going on so far.
A lot of early action. These two teams are taking it to each other right now, Zach, and it's going to be a tough physical game. Both of these teams see this game as a winnable game, and they want to get that first win of the season. They want to get that monkey off their back. This is a good way to do it, tune up for the rest of the season. Deer Lakes needs it because they have a lot of conference matchups coming up, and so does Charleroi. So we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, when we come back, the second quarter will commence here on CUTV's Football Game of the Week.
High School Roundup, bringing you the best coverage of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Tune in for scores, highlights, analysis, and the best plays from the previous week, plus previews and predictions of the week's biggest games, standings from across the region, and news from around the state. High School Roundup. Catch it Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CUTV. You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back to CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. We start the second quarter with Charleroi leading 14-7 off a couple big touchdowns from the Cougars.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive game so far, Zach. But I'm really impressed with this weather, honestly. We have a beautiful sunset over the mountains right now, Zach, and it's honestly a really nice sight. This is a beautiful facility. I really enjoy it here. The aroma from the concession stand coming out, I enjoy that too. Friday Night Lights, it's always a great time, Zach, and these two teams are really having a great contest right now.
Charleroi with the ball, a 2nd and 6 from the 24. They will run up the middle, get to about the 26, so a short 2-yard gain will bring up 3rd and 4 for the Cougars, see if they can convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, after that run, going into this game as well, Zach, I wasn't expecting, as no one should have expected, a lot of big action plays, maybe some special teams here and there. Nonetheless, you're going to see a lot of the same offense. Just chip away, use those 3rd downs to your advantage, really. Take it one down at a time and try to do what you can. Don't make anything happen too quickly. Obviously, that's what you want to do, but that's not idealistically what's going to happen. So Charleroi is doing a good job of that so far, trying to use what they have to work with.
Now Matthews back to pass, long down the field, and it's incomplete over the head of his receiver and tips off his fingers, it looked like. Intended for number 3, Dakota Moore. So it'll be 4th and 4 from the 26. I imagine we will see Charleroi punt the ball away.
Yeah, Deer Lake's defense has been holding strong so far this game, Zach, and you're seeing why here. Not allowing a whole lot of receivers to get open, even though on that play there was. The quarterback just kind of overthrew a little bit, but nonetheless, it's going to lead to a 4th down. I think we're going to see Charleroi actually go for it here. Nope, I'll actually line up for the punt. A little confused, but nonetheless, there you see the punter. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he was missing in action for a little bit. Now the punt is away, down the field, taken at about the 31-yard line. And now it looks like there might be a flag on that block right there, out to about the 45. I would like to see if there was a flag though, Tyler. Based on the block I saw, the Charleroi defender was taken down to the ground, but from the looks of it, I see no penalty flag on the field, so it will be good. And Deer Lakes will start at the 45, which is their best starting position of the day.
Yeah, no penalty on that one. We'll take a look at the replay. As you see him catch the ball, good job, moving back, getting himself in position. And there you see the block right there. That is kind of questionable. The referees didn't see it, though. No harm, no foul on that play. But nonetheless, Deer Lakes gets a pretty decent return out of it.
Starting at the 45, a run up the middle. Take it for no gain, right back to the line of scrimmage. So Charleroi defense stands up on that play. They've not been able to stop the run so far in the game. Right there, they show they might start to be progressing towards getting Deer Lakes back on their heels and forcing them to pass.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like now that you've finally seen a quarter of action. They kind of know what to expect now. They kind of see what's coming, and they've had a lot of good opponents so far with a good rushing game, especially one being Washington with Shai McKenzie. They've experienced a D1 prospect before, so they have some sort of experience with a run game. Now they know how to shut it down against a team with, no D1 prospect.
Deer Lakes with 2nd and 10 from the 45 here in the second quarter of action. Plosky is back to pass. He will go long down the field. There is a receiver, and it is incomplete. That looks like number 19, Sal Stoneburner for Deer Lakes. Pass fell right through his hands, not able to bring it down. So now it will be 3rd and 10 from the 45-yard line for Deer Lakes.
A great job by the defender there, the defensive back, to stay strong on that play. He placed the ball right there, as you see. That's number 21. 21 on our roster is Trey Doyon. He's a sophomore. He's only 5'4", so he got some hops there to get up and swat that ball away, get the ball out of the hands of the receiver. So impressive job by the defender there.
Only being 5'4", I'd like to measure how high he can jump. Being such a short defender, you really have to get up there if you're going to block that ball. It was so deep down the field. Now 3rd and 10. It is a screen pass, and it has gone out to about the 48-yard line in Charleroi territory. That will not be enough for a first down, though, as that is a gain of 7. It'll be 4th and 3.
I'll be interested to see what Deer Lakes decides to do here. I believe they're going to actually just stay out and go for it, as it's only a short 4th down conversion. So they're going to try to do what they can here with it. It looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to stay out, Zach, and I think that's actually a good call. I like the momentum that they have on offense right now, that they've had all night on offense, and they seem pretty poised, so I don't see them making a bad choice here. I think it's a good one.
So Blosky under center, one receiver out, player in motion now, and it is a pass down the field, open, and the receiver catches it for Deer Lakes. That is number 89. That is Shane Brody, the senior wide receiver. So Deer Lakes with a big 4th down conversion there, taking them all the way out to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Deer Lakes there, working the play action to their advantage. Charleroi is expecting run all day on that 4th down and 3rd conversion. And it ended up working out for Deer Lakes. They did a good job there executing the play action, finding the open receiver. Definitely threw Charleroi off. That was a good play call.
Yeah, I'm sure Charleroi was expecting a run based on what Deer Lakes has been doing previously. As now we see a run up the middle to about the 25, so a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. There's a lot of 5s in that sentence right there, Tyler, with 8:53 left in the first half.
Hunter Burns on the carry on that one, but it looks like number 10. So good job by him getting some extra yardage there. Deer Lakes is executing the run very well, Zach. And like I said earlier, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they're going to keep on working it, but the play action starting to open up too for them. So you might see them revert to that a lot more come up here in the second quarter.
And I mentioned that earlier, see if they could do some play action. If the receivers can start to get open, you saw on the 4th down right there, they did. But now Hunter Burns taken down in the backfield for about a loss of 1 or 2. So it'll be 3rd and about 6. So Deer Lakes faced with another 3rd down. Charleroi's defense forcing them into those opportunities so far in the game.
Yeah, poor job by the offensive line there for Deer Lakes, as you saw them all kind of cluster up into one area. The running back had nowhere to go. He had no open holes. If he ran to the outside, he was getting tackled. If he ran to the right, he was getting tackled. So he just kind of tried to follow his offensive lineman there, but no holes opened up. That ended up hurting him in the long run. Maybe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe it's starting to break a little bit.
3rd and 6 from the 26, 7:40 left. Plosky back to pass. Will throw it in the middle of the field, and it is caught by the receiver. That looks like number 4, Brandon Newmaster, a senior running back. That will be a first down out at the 9-yard line, a gain of 17. So it'll bring up 1st and goal from the 9 for Deer Lakes Lancers.
Good job by Deer Lakes here, really switching it up, adjusting to the defense. Charleroi staying strong on D now for the run, now adjusting a lot here. Great third down execution. They've been doing pretty good on third down so far, and they've done well on the fourth down as well, so they're not afraid to use all 4 downs if they have to.
First and goal from the 9, 7:26 left in the first half. Plosky under center, 1 receiver in motion, that's 3 total and 1 back, and it is taken up the middle for a 1-yard gain. So it'll be second and goal from the 8 now. That is number 9, Ryan McGrath. Looks like there's a fumble and recovered by Charleroi. So Charleroi gets the big turnover there, and it looks like McGrath is actually down on the field and hurt. We'll look here on the replay.
Oh yeah, the way he was brought down by the defender on that one, kind of dangerous. I can't blame him for fumbling up that ball. I bet you that was very painful. I suffered an injury like that back in my middle school days where I got brought backwards with my feet underneath me, Zach, and that's never a good thing. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at the Interstate Conference. And as you see there, Washington with a big win last night over Jeanette. That one was aired live on Root Sports. I hope you all got to catch that one. That was Thursday night at least. So they're 5-0. Mount Pleasant now 4-0. Jeanette sitting there at 4-1, and there's York at 2-2. So those are the 4 teams that Charleroi played up to this game. So now you see why Charleroi might have struggled in those first 4 games.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Washington-Jeanette game last night. Washington beat Jeanette without Shai McKenzie, their star running back, who's out for the year with a torn ACL. So Washington really proving their dominance at the top in the Interstate. Charleroi looking for their first win, being the cellar dwellers at the bottom in the Interstate Conference.
Yeah, it's a very tough conference, Zach. It's really improved over the years too. Jeanette used to be the big time team up there, but now it's not getting so easy for them.
So it'll be first and 10 for Charleroi. It is a run up the middle, taken to about the 12-yard line. That will be a gain of 4, so it will bring up second and 6 with just above 7 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, good job here by the Deer Lakes defense to kind of close that gap before it got too wide. Just able to execute on the runner there, take advantage of the hole opening, and then take advantage of the hole closing, and that's what they did.
So second and 6 from the 12-yard line for Charleroi, looking to extend their lead to more than 1 possession. They have scored so far in a touchdown run by Matthews, the quarterback, and a kickoff return. So now we see a keeper for the quarterback, and he is taken down for about 1 yard. So it'll be third and long for the Cougars. They will have to convert or face a daunting fourth down.
Yeah, Deer Lakes defense, again, staying strong. They have been all game, and they still are now. So Charleroi's got to find something to do here on offense. Even though they do lead 14-7, you can't rely on your defense to win this game for you from here on out. You got to get some sort of offensive production working now, because it's only going to get more difficult, especially when the halftime adjustments come around.
Third and 7 from the 11 for Charleroi. There's a screen pass, 1 block, takes it out to about, oh, he keeps going. And he keeps his feet, and that will be a first down. That is number 29 for Charleroi. That is Greg Arnold, a junior running back. He takes it all the way out to about the 23, a gain of 12 yards. A new set of downs for the Cougars.
Yeah, a lot of fight from this Charleroi team, Zach, and I like to see it. You saw it from Matthews earlier in the game, and now you're seeing it from this running back, from the wide receiver rather, number 29, like you said, Greg Arnold. So good job by him to keep his feet underneath him and staying strong.
So first and 10 from the 23, 5:20 left. It is a pass long down the field, receiver open, and it is missed. It is out of the fingertips. That is number 21, Trey Duyon, a sophomore wide receiver. Just a little too long, not able to cradle it under his fingers, get the ball into his chest and keep running, Tyler.
Yeah, just not enough, a little overthrown on that one. That was just rough. Rough to see. I mean, great play executed, and he had the receiver open on that one, but just couldn't come down with it. Man, that's rough for Charleroi, but nonetheless, they know they have the potential to do it again. So we'll see if they can do it again. If not, they might have to find something else to do.
So 2nd and 10 from the 23, a missed opportunity on first down. Now there's a quarterback keeper, Matthews again up the middle, taken down about the 26-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 3. We'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Cougars.
Just a nice quarterback keeper here, maybe looking for the option, but he saw the open running lane and he took it himself. So I think that was a good decision. If he would have pitched back, he might have saw a couple of white jerseys in front of him. That might have been a little scary of a sight. But good quarterback keeper there. Good decision, good awareness to find the open holes, taking himself up the middle, gain a couple yards. Now you're only looking at a 3rd and 7 rather than a 3rd and 10.
So 3rd and 7. Trips right, one receiver to the left, a back in the backfield. Matthews under pressure, steps up, throws it, and it is complete. Out to the 40. That's some more running room to midfield. 45, 40, taken down. I believe that's Dakota Moore. We have seen just how elusive he can be already tonight, Tyler, based on the kickoff return and that long pass right there.
Yeah, it was a very interesting pass to see. Not so much on the catch, even though the catch itself was impressive. But watch him right here. Juke out to the left, and he turns on the burners. He really accelerated a lot within a 10-yard sprint, and was able to get a nice first down and gain some confidence on offense as well.
1st and 10 from the 38. That reminded me of play a couple seasons ago for the Steelers. Mike Wallace breaking it off against the New York Giants for a long touchdown. Now we see a run for Deer Lakes. There's a flag on the play. Looked like it was for no gain. So I have to see, is it 2nd and 10 or is it 1st and much longer? That was 29, Greg Arnold on the run. And it's going to be a holding on Charleroi. So it'll be 1st, and I believe it's 20 or 25. I'm not sure what it is in high school, is 10 or 15 yards on a penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, Zach. I guess we're about to find out, though. I believe it's a 10-yard penalty for holding in high school. But we're going to find out here. They're going to spot the ball. It's about 10 yards back, so it's going to be about a 10-yard penalty for Charleroi. That'll push him back a little bit. That's something you never want to see, especially after a big play on offense. Now you have 20 yards to beat rather than 10. It's never a fun sight.
So it'll be interesting to see if Matthews goes back to pass. Matthews, a senior quarterback, linebacker as well on defense. They have 4 receivers, 2 on each side. He gets back to pass, looking downfield. As a receiver, that is Moore again, out to about the 37. So he will gain 1 yard past the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of 11 on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, not a bad play at all. As you see Moore come out and catch that one, able to get open, but you don't have to stay out there and get the long pass, and Moore recognized that, so that's why he came in and got the pass, even though it was only for 11 yards. That's still 11 yards better than no yards. So the passing offense now for Charleroi really starting to look up, and they're happy to see that happen because they need something better than that run game that they have right now.
And it's actually 2nd and 11 from the 39, Tyler. The refs marking Moore out of bounds at the 39 instead of his full progress. Pass long down the field for Matthews. Receiver open, and it is caught for Charleroi. That is another touchdown. Let's see who that is. That is Dakota Moore, the player of the drive right there for the Cougars. Extends this lead on the long touchdown pass.
Not only the player of the drive for the Cougars, I would say the player of the game so far for the Cougars. He's really amplifying this offense. He's that player to go to for Charleroi, and he's proving why on this drive, Zach. A great job, a great awareness to get open on the first play, and then great awareness to get open on the second play and keep the ball underneath himself. So an impressive drive for Charleroi. Now they take a 2-touchdown lead over Deer Lakes.
The extra point is up, and it is good. So Charleroi now has a 2-possession lead with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first half. When we come back, we'll see the conclusion of the first half.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live. You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back to CUTV's high school football game of the week. Charleroi with a 21-7 lead over Deer Lakes as number 32 Sean Cole looks to kick off. Tyler, that last drive, Dakota Moore really became or showed why he might be player of the game so far, at least in the first half, based on what he can do for Charleroi's offense.
Yeah, he's a great receiver, Zach. He's able to get open, and he's a good kick returner as well. He's an all-around player, and especially on defense as well. We saw him make a few tackles early so far. So he's a great player for Charleroi, and that's the guy that they're really going to look to go to, not only in the rest of this half, but the next half as well.
Now the kick is away, taken at about the 20-yard line by Deer Lakes. Run up the middle to about the 40-yard line, so a return of 20 yards. Deer Lakes with good field position to start the drive, and we look at the touchdown to Dakota Moore for Charleroi.
A great arm there from the quarterback for Charleroi. That's Brendan Matthews. He's a senior quarterback, and right in the breadbasket of his receiver Moore. And I mean, he's been proving just as good as Moore has as well on offense. But this is good for Deer Lakes. They need that starting position in their favor because their offense has been struggling in the past couple of possessions, unable to put any points on the board. So they need to catch up to Charleroi before halftime.
Deer Lakes with the first and 10 from the 40-yard line. 2:43 left in the first half. Player in motion for Deer Lakes. As the snap is taken, rolls out to his right, pass is complete to about the 48-yard line. So it is a gain of 8 on first down, bring up second and 2. That is complete to number 4, Brandon Newmaster.
Yeah, good job by the quarterback. Not so convincing on the pump fake there, but nonetheless, he felt like it was necessary. But nonetheless, it got him the yardage that he wanted. And, I mean, it's closer to a first down. You got the 2-minute offense coming out now as there's about 2:13 left on the clock. You got to work that 2-minute offense.
Second and 2 from the 48-yard line. It is now a run play taken to the 49 in Charleroi territory. That will be good enough for a first down as we are now under 2 minutes. So Deer Lakes really going to have to work their 2-minute offense now going forward.
Yeah, that was smart. Just kind of make a short run and execute the, allow the chains to move. And they're going to take a timeout to assess what they're going to do on offense here. So smart call nonetheless. I figure they might just do a short run, waste a little bit of time, very little time rather, to get the ball advanced, get the chains moved, and use that unofficial timeout, if they will, to get the chains moved. But let's go ahead and look at the Allegheny Conference. Again, you see Shady Side and Containing there, tied at the top. Shady Side with an extra divisional game. Then Valley right behind them. East Allegheny sitting in the middle of the pack. My alma mater, Burl, sitting in the middle of the pack with Ford City, Summit Academy, and Freeport. So a lot of 1-3, 2-2 teams there. A very interesting conference, Zach, as you take a look. Again, these are some of the games of the week coming up. Games tonight, rather. East Allegheny playing at Valley. That's going to be a tough game for East Allegheny. And then Containing at Burl. That's going to be a real tough game for Burl because Containing played AAA up to about 2 years ago, I believe. And then they dropped down when the realignments came out. So that's going to be a real tough competition for Burl.
Yeah, tough competition abounds in the Allegheny Conference. You only saw 2 perfect records there at the top of the standings. So we have another pass from Plosky. Goes deep down the field and is almost intercepted and then almost caught by Deer Lakes, but it drops incomplete. So it will force a second and 10 with 1:52 left for the Lancers.
Yeah, Plosky got rocked at the end of that play, Zach. So we'll take a look at the replay. We'll see if we see him get hit. As we do, wow, that was a crushing hit. But just not able to keep his hands on that one. The defender made a good job getting up to get after it, but didn't get a hand on it nonetheless. But the wide receiver just not able to come up for it. I believe that was Ryan Bombich on the attempted catch. So tough luck for Deer Lakes.
Second and 10, Plosky in shotgun formation with 4 receivers out, 2 to each side. He is back to pass again over the middle, taking a short pass. Takes it to about the 43-yard line. We'll have to see. It looks like there might be a flag on the play. We can hear the whistles blowing
Flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. The PA announcer just confirmed what I believe, so we'll have to see what the call is.
Looks like it's going to be on Deer Lakes due to the disappointment from number 10 there, Hunter Burns. But we'll see what the white hat has to say.
Looks like I might have seen a holding signal right there.
That's going to be offensive pass interference on Deer Lakes, Zach. I'm a little surprised to see that, but nonetheless, that's what the referees have decided. We might take a look at the replay to see if we can see what they saw, but I don't know. I'm kind of shocked to see that, Zach.
It's not often you see offensive pass interference, especially in high school. You might not even see a lot of defensive pass interference called either. So this is really going to drive Deer Lakes back to about the 36-yard line. That is a loss of 15 yards. 2nd and 25 from the 36 with only 1:46 left. You're really going to have to work if you're going to keep this drive going and score some points before halftime. 2nd and 25 now. 4 receivers, 2 to each side, plus get under center. Now a player in motion. Makes it trips to the left. There's a screen pass. Oh, it's a fake screen pass. Down the field, almost intercepted by Charleroi. The defender was right there. No receiver in sight. But the Charleroi defender not able to hold on to the ball. We'll have to see who that was in the replay.
Guess who that defender was on that play, Zach? You'll never guess his name. It was Dakota Moore. Almost on the interception there. I'm surprised he couldn't hold on to that. That was almost as good as you would have as a wide receiver on the offense, but maybe he just got a little excited. You know, finally gets to see an interception come his way. He sees it there, but just not able to hold on to it. Tough break for Charleroi on defense, but real tough break for Deer Lakes offense. That's back-to-back plays where it's resulted in something that wasn't productive.
That was actually have been technically Moore's second interception. The first one was negated by a defensive pass interference. That one looked like he was probably just like, oh my gosh, the ball's coming to me instead. Now we see a run up the middle for Deer Lakes to about the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 3. I believe Deer Lakes will call a timeout. No, now they do, as the clock is stopped at 1 minute and 9 seconds left. So a gain of 3 brings up 4th and 22.
I'm kind of surprised to see it run here, Zach. Maybe they were just trying to throw Charleroi's defense off, but they weren't fooled at all as they stop him dead in his tracks. But the reason why I'm surprised is because obviously you got 3rd and 25 on your plate. I would expect a pass, try to get some points on the board before halftime. But nonetheless, it wasn't successful. But we'll go ahead and look at the interstate games of tonight. Last night, again, that was Washington and Jeanette. Washington coming out on top on that one. Greensburg Central Catholic at Brownsville. You got Mount Pleasant at York, which should prove as a really good game, Zach. And then Southmoreland at Waynesburg. So I'm interested to see how that game goes between York and Mount Pleasant. That's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. I believe Mount Pleasant, in my opinion, will probably come up on top on that one.
That was one of our games for High School Roundup Pick'em. You can watch High School Roundup every week on CUTV. I think all of us on the crew went with Mount Pleasant, so we'll have to see who comes out on top in that game. And now Deer Lakes back to punt. The punt is away. It is a long, high drive to about the 29. Taken by Moore. Tries to get to the sideline. He keeps on going, taken down, still not down. Goes all the way to the 43-yard line in Deer Lakes territory. So that is going to be a 28-yard return for Moore, breaking it off yet again.
Yeah, Moore's got a lot of fight in him. This whole Charleroi team has a lot of fight in them. So I believe that fight probably came from the first 4 games of the year when you have tough opponents like that. But they're doing a good job now against Deer Lakes, not refusing to quit, even though they're up right now by 2 touchdowns. They're not trying to give up because they know that at any given moment on any given Friday night, things can change. So they want to fight until the whistle is blown, and they want to fight until that final whistle is blown when zeros are on the clock in 4th quarter.
We have exactly 1 minute left. 1st and 10 from the 43 for Charleroi. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Matthews back to pass, going over the middle of the field and is incomplete, not able to find the intended receiver. That was Moore Dakota Moore, excuse me, number 3. So we'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 56 seconds left.
Matthews a little excited on that one. He's overthrown his receivers a couple times this game, as he did again that one. So he's got to calm down as a quarterback a little bit, try to get a little bit more focused. But at least it was overthrown rather than height-wise, rather than in front of him, because if it would have been overthrown in front of him, that might have been an interception. The defenders were there.
Now 2nd and 10 from the 43 in Deer Lakes territory. Matthews with a short pass, taken out of bounds, I believe. The clock will keep running at the 35-yard line. So it is a gain of 8, bring up 3rd and 2. The clock has stopped though, so we'll have to see if any team took a timeout. And the clock keeps rolling, but now it has stopped again, so I believe Charleroi might have taken a timeout on that one. We'll have to see. Or there might have been a clock malfunction, which the referees will have to clear up, and that does. The referee in the white hat does clear that up. There was a clock malfunction. Now with 39 seconds and running. Matthews with the pass, incomplete. Underthrows his receiver to the right. That is Dakota Moore. So bring up 4th and 2 from the 35. Interesting to see what happens on this drive. Does Charleroi keep going for it, or do Deer Lakes get the punt and try a Hail Mary near the end of the quarter to get some points on the board before halftime?
I'm expecting Charleroi to go for it here, Zach, just because it's 4th and 2. Your defense has been strong as of late, ever since letting up that first touchdown on Deer Lakes' first drive in the first quarter. So trust your defense if it doesn't work on offense, but your offense has been working really well against Deer Lakes. So take the chance on 2 yards.
2 yards to go on 4th down. It is a run up the middle to the 33-yard line. It will be close. We'll have to see if they mark it for a first down or not. We might see a measurement on this play. Deer Lakes pointing that it was failed. Charleroi believes they have it. We'll have to see. And it is called a first down. Good enough for the yardage with 26 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Charleroi is really going to have to work fast here. They do have 2 timeouts at their disposal, though, if they want to use those at any given time.
I would expect them to now on offense, but looks like they're going to wait until the clock starts again from the movement of the chains. It's going to be hard to see. Maybe they'll let the clock start and then take a timeout. Nope, they're going to go ahead and roll with it. Why not?
Matthews back to pass. Over the middle. No receiver in sight, completely overthrew everyone. Dakota Moore, the intended receiver, so with 18 seconds left, 2nd and 10 from the 33.
Yeah, good idea, but just poorly executed for Charleroi. Way overthrown for his receiver. His quarterback's a little jumpy. They're getting excited now that this is a 2-minute offense. Things are getting a little more jumpy now that you're within 18 seconds of the half being over. So they really just got to kind of calm down and focus on offense, Zach, and it'll be much more productive than being excited and not so focused.
2nd and 10 from the 33. Matthews rolls out to his right, throws the ball, and it is complete. We'll have to see who that is. I'm sure that was Dakota Moore again, and it is completed to the 17-yard line. That is a gain of 16 yards, so it'll be another first down with 11 seconds on the clock. I'm sure Charleroi would use a timeout, which they have. The PA announcer just announced that. So with 1 timeout left and 11 seconds to go, Charleroi is only 16 yards from the end zone.
Yeah, good job there by the offense overall, getting the job done. But you know what else is a good job overall, Zach? That's High School Roundup. And you can catch it throughout the week on CUTV. Check your local programming to see when it comes on channel CUTV. I know it's Armstrong, Channel 61, Atlantic Broadband, Channel 17. But you can check out highlights, scoreboard, standings, plays of the week, and, of course, more. And even better, you get to see our beautiful faces on television. You, me, and, of course, another beautiful man in the truck, Cody Jeanette. You always get to check us out and hear our opinions about high school football going around the area. So I definitely recommend checking it out. And if you don't want to check it out on TV, you can always go online and check it out on YouTube or on our live broadcast, on our live view stream. A lot of ways to check us out.
17-yard line.
Now it will be 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. With 11 seconds to go, Charleroi with one timeout. Deer Lakes now calls their final timeout, so we'll have another stoppage in play. Now, Tyler, you did mention high school roundup. The one segment I look forward to the most is always our weekly roundup, I guess you could say, of pick'em games. I know this is one of them. We all went with Deer Lakes. I'm starting to regret that decision, though, as Charleroi is up 21-7, looking to make it even higher with 11 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, I'm regretting it as well, Zach. And I even before going into this game, I was telling a lot of the crew here that, you know what, I think Charleroi might be better than Deer Lakes just by looking at what their schedule was. I told Gary, I think I told you, told Allison Steinheiser as well. I told a lot of people that this could be a much more interesting game than we anticipated to be, and it has proven so far. Charleroi playing really great both ways, all three ways really, having a good special teams as well. So I'm not exactly totally surprised to see Charleroi doing so well, but I'm surprised Deer Lakes isn't stepping up the way I expected them to.
Yeah, now as the wind picks up here at Cougar Stadium, you could see actually a balloon fly through your screen up into the clouds as Matthews is back to pass, evades a defender, evades another one, rolls out, throws the ball into the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown, but that is going to be an illegal forward pass, I believe, on a flag. So Charleroi will not get the points on that play. It will bring up second down, I believe, with 2 seconds left.
Yeah, Matthews was over the line of scrimmage on that play, Zach, way over, about 2 yards over before he made the pass. So I'm sure that's what the penalty is going to be. That's going to pull them back. And now they've got about one last chance to get back in to the end zone. So tough break for Charleroi. Again, the quarterback being a little jumpy, not really making sure of where he's at. You'll take a look at the replay here. As you see, I mean, he does a great job rolling out, avoiding all defenders. And then there he is. He's about a yard or two over that line of scrimmage. So that's a no-no in any level of football, and it came back to bite him on this one.
What I like, though, is the level of athleticism. The receiver that caught the ball able to get a foot in bounds. That would have been a touchdown. Great there. And now Sean Cole on the field goal attempt. It is up, and it is no good. So Charleroi not able to put any more points on the board. And as we enter halftime, it is 21-7. Charleroi here at Cougar Stadium, the Rose Bowl of the Mon Valley. And when we come back, you will see Charleroi and Deer Lakes marching bands perform here on CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week.
High School Roundup, bringing you the best coverage of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Tune in for scores, highlights, analysis, and the best plays from the previous week, plus previews and predictions of the week's biggest games, standings from across the region, and news from around the state. High School Roundup. Catch it Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CUTV.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
And welcome back, as now you will view Deer Lake's high school marching band, and then afterwards you will see Charleroi marching band on the high school football game of the week. And when we join you, we will have second half action.
Deer Lakes High School Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Christopher Snyder, with assistance from percussion instructor Matt Bartosevic, color guard director Holly Bauman, mallet instructor Rafe Dower, color guard assistant Kara Bayer. Your color guard captains are Faith Bailey and Andrea Greda. The band was the 2006 Pennsylvania Interscholastic Marching Band Association Class A champion, the 2009 Bands of America Westchester Regional Class A champion, and the 2011 Pennsylvania Interscholastic Marching Band Association Class A champion. Next Saturday, October 5th, the Deer Lakes Marching Band will be competing at Norwin High School in a Pennsylvania Interscholastic Marching Band Association competition. The Deer Lakes High School Marching Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great Cougar pride that I introduce to you the 2013 Charleroi Cougar Marching Band. The band is led on the field tonight by senior drum majors Megan Bruce, Joey Papadakis, Cougarette captains Bree Clark, Anna Goodwin, majorette captain Kayla Moscow. The band will play tribute to our favorite rock song, Carry On My Wayward Son, Whole Lotta Lovin', Tom Sawyer, and our final selection will be Come Sail Away by Styx featuring senior David Young. Drum majors, please take the field and rock out. The band is under the direction of Mr. Mark Killington, assistant pastor Laura Picknick.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save. And don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
CUTV is your home for local high school football action. Sundays at 8:30, Thursdays at 5:30, only on CUTV.
And welcome back from halftime here at Charleroi Area High School, where Charleroi Cougars lead the Deer Lake Lancers 21-7 on CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Now, Tyler, we're going to look at some of the replays from the first half. First one, you see homecoming queen Nicole Miller earning her crown tonight.
She earned her crown indeed, and the king holding the football in the background. It's always a good sight to see. But another good sight to see, of course, is the action. And here's a beautiful play fake from number 13 of Deer Lakes. And again, that's Josh Palacci. He played a little bit of running back. He's played a lot of quarterback tonight. That one run to number 4, Brandon Newmaster. But nonetheless, here is the returning kickoff. Again, that's Dakota Moore, a phenomenal athlete in the first half, really proving this Charleroi offense to be a good one, and that's why. So he takes it all the way to the house as we hear an announcement over the loudspeaker, Pirates 2, Cincinnati nothing. Zach, that's always nice to see.
Always nice for Bucktober baseball.
But of course, we get back to some of the football action. That's like that Madden-like move as we talked about earlier in the game. Spin move off the defender, a couple stiff arms. Being dragged down by the defenders, able to hold on to the ball and get the touchdown. He saw the red in his eyes and he got there. But nonetheless, it's been real good. And here's some of the halftime stats. Rushing yards, Deer Lakes prevails in that one, 76-35. But the passing yards for Charleroi has proven much more effective, 135-92. But overall, very even with about 2 yards difference. Charleroi leading in overall yardage. So well-balanced first half from both teams.
Now the kick is away to Charleroi. I believe that's Dalton Moore. We'll see if he can return this one. Tries to break some defenders and run outside. He keeps going, taken down about the 28-yard line. But what you were saying about the stats, I believe the reason they're so far ahead in passing yards is Brennan Matthews, the senior quarterback, really finding Dalton Moore, his receiver, has to be his favorite target so far in the night. Or Dakota Moore, excuse me, I got his name wrong. I will correct that there. Dakota Moore. They've really connected for a lot of big positive yard plays for Charleroi.
Yeah, Brendan Matthews, just a little too jumpy on offense in the first half. Not able to connect with him as much as he would like to. So we'll see if he made those halftime adjustments, see if he calms down a little bit now with a 2-touchdown lead.
Matthews with the ball now. He will keep it And now the ball is out and fumbled. I believe Deer Lakes does have it. We can see it clearly that he did let the ball go. Deer Lakes pointing like they have it. We'll have to see who comes up with it from the pile. This a lofty pile. Players trying to get out of the way. Deer Lakes has the ball though. Deer Lakes recovers a fumble. You will see the replay here. Matthews not able to hold on to it. Deer Lakes gets possession early in the second half.
A big turn of pace here for the Lancers. They really needed that on offense because Charleroi comes in getting the ball after the first half. Getting the ball is something that Deer Lakes didn't want to see for Charleroi. Now they get the ball back in their own possession, in their own field position. So they're looking to be in good shape now, Zach. Great field position to start off the drive. They only have about 30 yards, actually 24 yards to get there. So Deer Lakes is in good position here. This is a good way to jumpstart your team, get some more points on the board, and maybe make this thing a little bit of a better game for Deer Lakes.
Yeah, if you score it here, field goal brings it 21-10, touchdown, makes it a one-possession lead. So Deer Lakes can really prove themselves that they're back in this game, although they did score in their first possession the first half. They scored here. Hopefully they don't have a reoccurrence of what happened and get shut out the rest of the second half with 11:35 left. It's still early, but Deer Lakes is going to want to capitalize on the turnover, have their defense play a little bit better than they did the first half, and score some more points and try and knot this one up. Maybe even take the lead before the game ends. Now, Tyler, we're going to look. You can like us on Facebook at California University Television and be a part of the broadcast. You can leave some comments about the game of the week. You can always like us, comment on some of our pictures, our videos that we post on Facebook. I know those come up on our timeline there. Great way to interact with the crew here at CUTV.
Absolutely, we're always checking it, so we like to see what kind of feedback we get back, help us make some improvements if we need to. But nonetheless, lets us know what you guys think of our broadcasts, and we like seeing some fan base. It's always nice.
Now Deer Lakes will start. They have 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Sidecar to the right of Plosky as he will keep it and run up the middle to about the 19-yard line. That will be a gain of 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 will now come up for the Lancers as they look to score on this drive. You look at the replay right here.
Yeah, not too much of an opening hole there for him to run in, but nonetheless, he uses what he had to his advantage. Got 5 yards. So he's going to look to get another 5 yards here somehow on offense, keep the drive alive, get some points on the board. That's the main game. That's the main idea of the game right now for Deer Lakes. For the Lancers, you gotta get something going on offense.
And we did see at the end of the first half, Deer Lakes was leading in total rushing yards, and we see why. They keep finding some holes right in the middle and outside of Charleroi defense. As Plosky keeps it at the middle now, he has some more room, and a big hit from Charleroi, and Plosky is down on the ground. Right now, we are going to have an injury timeout. He took a big hit right there. After a gain of a couple yards, we'll have to see what transpires. We don't like to assume anything. We'll look at the hit right here. Look at the defender that hits Plosky. Looks like his neck might have snapped back a little bit, Tyler.
Yeah, Dakota Moore on the punishing hit. As I said earlier in the first half, that he's been a big player, not only on offense, but all our special teams, but on defense as well, and he's proving why there. You never want to see an injury, but nonetheless, that's what happens in football. You play the game, that's what you expect. But that's going to be a big loss for Deer Lakes. He's been a really big team player, a really big star player for them, performing very well overall. It's just hopefully he doesn't see himself on the sidelines for the rest of the game or for the rest of the season, as we've seen a few athletes in the area already have happened to them. But looks like he's going to get up on his own power, which is always a good sign, and he's going to walk off the field. Might have just got the wind knocked out of him, so hopefully that's the case. Hopefully he can come back for the Lancers because they need all the help they can get at this point.
Yeah, and while Plosky is out, Scott Kelly, the sophomore quarterback, number 6 on your television set, will be the quarterback for Deer Lakes. Some great hospitality from the trainers of Deer Lakes to get Plosky off the field. Hopefully he's all right. We'll see if he comes back later in the game. But Kelly will now lead the Lancers, hopefully towards the end zone. Now as they run out the middle, number 10, that is burnt. There's a fumble on the play, though. I believe Charleroi does recover it. That would be the second fumble recovery, and it is the Cougars' ball. So Deer Lakes, season opportunity wasted as they give the ball right back to the Cougars. That is their second recovery of the game.
Chad Wagner on the fumble recovery there, came up with the ball smiling from ear to ear. He was so happy to get a fumble recovery on that one. Any player, any kind of lineman usually is. Anytime they get to touch the ball, they're extremely happy to do so. So he's feeling pretty proud of himself, and I'm sure that gives his team a lot of momentum, a lot of happiness overall. I mean, everybody's just happy right now. I'm happy, you're happy, we're all happy. It's a good time, Zach. I'm enjoying this game.
Speaking of happy, we have to give a quick shout out to our friends here at Charleroi High School, providing us with some amazing food. As you see, a run up the middle for no gain as they are stopped at the 3-yard line. It will be 2nd and 10, but Charleroi Area High School gave us some great food. I know we both enjoyed, and some barbecue pork sandwiches off the bun, still hot when it entered your mouth. It was amazing, and you had some cookies. I had maybe a piece of a brownie. It was good. I gave the rest to you, but great hospitality here at Charleroi Area High School, and we always appreciate that on the CUTV crew, and so do our tummies.
Oh, absolutely. Delicious brownie, delicious pumpkin rolls as well, Zach. The food's always good here, especially the hot dogs, and you guys will find out what that's all about later in the show.
Now 2nd and 10 from the 3-yard line for Charleroi. Backed up in their own zone. Matthews looks to pass over the middle. And that is finally taken down at the 23-yard line, a gain of 20 yards. I believe that was Dalton Moore again. Or no, excuse me. That was Moore. I was listening to the PA announcer a little too closely, and now it's about the tackle, not the reception. So Moore gets the reception for another 20 yards. I'm sure he's well over 100 total receiving yards already today.
Oh, I'm sure he is too, Zach. He's just that offensive player that they're really looking for. But it's even better to see him get out of their own end zone, because being backed up in a situation like that is never good for an offense.
Now a first down run play up the middle, trucking his way to about the 35-yard line. That is going to be a gain of 12 yards. That is Brandon Bowman on the carry, and he is down and hurt as well. So we are seeing some injuries stack up here in the game. Nothing we always hate to see that, as these fine young athletes give it their all for their high school teams, trying to get some wins. These are both winless teams, trying to get the first win of the season. They're going to claw and grind their way and hopefully come away with the first victory, Tyler. You just hate to see the injury bug bite at a couple key players, as we've seen so far tonight.
It looks like it might just be a cramp, Zach. It looks like they're going to stretch him on the field. Try to get that kink out of whatever muscle it might be. So that's fortunate for him. But he had a great run there and really proved well. I mean, just took it right up the middle, getting off a couple of defenders, able to carry it to the very last yard that he possibly could. So as you see the players come up as well, they know that the injury isn't as severe as they first thought it was. I thought it might have been a knee injury or something like that, the way he kind of came down on his left leg. So fortunately, it's not the situation. He's going to come out and play again, and Charleroi is going to continue their offensive power that they've had ever since right around halfway through the first quarter, ever since that big kickoff return for a touchdown from Dakota Moore. It's been lights out for Charleroi.
Yeah, Dakota Moore, of course, has to be the player of the game so far on either side, you would imagine. But Brennan Matthews is making a good case for himself. He scored the first touchdown on offense for Charleroi, gave them the lead. They have not looked back, and he's leading a couple long drives on the field for Charleroi. He's had a couple overthrown passes, of course, but every quarterback does. He might be just a little antsy out there knowing they might get their first win tonight, but Charleroi has really done a lot of good things out of the offense, and I know during the halftime break, you were telling me you thought this might happen. You wish you changed your pick to Charleroi because of the level of competition they played earlier in the year. I believe they played Washington, Jeanette, Mount Pleasant, and York the first 4 weeks. Those are the 4 top teams in the Interstate Conference as the standings show previous to tonight. So Charleroi really had to have learned from all those tough games, and they showed tonight as Bowman is getting up off the field, being helped off. We can see up here from our balcony, he is walking off under his own power. But Charleroi really showing that they've studied the teams they've played. bided their time, and they're coming out here and producing on offense and defense tonight.
Absolutely, and you see him walking off the field now slowly. Never want to try to run off there after an injury. So, I mean, absolutely, though. Everything that you said was spot on, though, Zach. I 100% agree. That's why I said that this team might be a little bit tougher than what we think they are.
Now another run up the middle to about the 37-yard line, so that'll be a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 with 8:41 left in the third quarter. As we look at the replay here, a short run up the middle for number 29. That is Greg Arnold.
Greg Arnold finally getting some time in. He's a junior. He's only 5'5" at 143 pounds, so not very much size to him at all. Not a lot of size at all on this Charleroi team. AA schools tend to produce smaller athletes, whereas whenever you get to AAA and Quad A, they get a little bit bigger, a little bit more advanced in their football talents on offense and defense as well. So nonetheless, both teams here working with what they have.
Now another run up the middle. This time there will be no gain on the play. It might even be a loss of about 1. So it'll be 3rd and 9. It is an official loss of 1. So 3rd and 9 from the 36-yard line for Charleroi. And their second drive off of the halftime break. The first one, costly fumble, but Deer Lake's not able to create any points off turnovers, and they give the ball right back.
Yeah, a couple fumbles here and there. It's never good for a team overall, especially for Deer Lakes being in what good field position that they were in, and also having to score, in my opinion, to keep this game close. Right now, standing strong on defense, and that's what they need to do is stay strong for the rest of the second half.
Now 3rd and 9, Matthews back to pass, has a receiver, and it is caught by Moore. Or they call it incomplete. Incomplete is the call on the field, and I can actually hear from inside the press box a closed door the Charleroi coaches complaining about the call, but I do believe Moore might have stepped out of bounds before he came down with possession of the ball, Tyler.
Well, thanks to the great camera work here that we have here on CUTV, we see right there that he didn't have full possession of the ball as he stepped out of bounds, so that would cause him to not have a complete catch. And it's going to be 4th and 9 now. I would expect a punt as you see the lawn snapper out there and the punter out as well. So here comes the punt from Deer Lakes. However, there looks to be a flag on the play maybe, or maybe a little discrepancy between the referees trying to decide maybe a clock malfunction or something. Whatever it is, they don't agree on something.
There's going to be a penalty. Illegal substitution on the Deer Lake Lancers. It will still be 4th down though. The penalty yardage not enough to give Charleroi an automatic first down. So it'll be 4th and 4 from the 40 or the 41 instead, excuse me. But I believe Charleroi will still punt the ball away. They don't want to give anything away to Deer Lakes. They're still in this game, only down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree with the punt here. I mean, there's no need to take a 4th down risk here. Just go ahead and punt the ball away and trust your defense like you have been all first half. It's been working for you, so just keep it up.
I believe that was Dakota Moore on the punt. It is taken at the 21-yard line on a fair catch. I did not see the signal given, but the ref calls fair catch. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we have another break in the action, you can tweet us at hashtag CUTV booth. It's something we've implemented this season, Tyler. You can tweet us at CUTV_PA or with hashtag CUTV booth for a chance to have your tweet read live on air. And now, would you like to read this one, Tyler?
Oh, absolutely. At RealMatty_Ice tweets to us, someone will be getting win number 1 tonight in this Deer Lakes / Charleroi game. Hashtag CUTV booth. And obviously, that is correct because both of these teams are 0-4. So I'm glad some of the viewers out there are paying attention to what high school things are going on, what high school teams are doing in the area, aware that both of these teams are 0-4 coming into this matchup and seeing that this is actually going to be a pretty interesting matchup. And so far, it's proven so, Zach.
Deer Lakes with the ball. It is a run up the middle for a gain of about maybe 3 yards, possibly 2. So it'll be a 2nd and long. But Tyler, we mentioned it earlier, but the reason they get all those info or all that info about high school has to be High School Roundup, our show on CUTV. You can watch it every week on CUTV and get up to date standings, stats, and more from us at the CUTV crew.
Also, you get to check out the Plays of the Week, my personal favorite segment, because I enjoy watching these young athletes come out here to make a name of themselves, and that's their time to shine, really.
And we might have had the best of the best earlier in this game for next week. Dakota Moore's long kickoff return to start it for Charleroi as we see another run up the middle, taken down about the 25. So that'll be another gain of 2 yards. He'll bring up 3rd and 6 with 6:13 left in the third quarter for Deer Lakes. As we look at the replay here, that is number 10. That is Hunter Burns on the run.
Hunter Burns not able to get too much on offense there, but I'm really surprised to not see Deer Lakes come out with more passing on offense, honestly, because they've seen drive after drive that the run isn't working. You got to, explore your options on offense, use some of your play action to your advantage here.
Now Plosky with the pass, almost intercepted. That is number 21 for Charleroi. That is Trey Duyon. You mentioned him earlier. He is a whopping 5'4" tall, and he almost came down with that interception. So a lot of athleticism out of the Charleroi defense. If you're 5'4", possibly getting that interception.
His weight shocks me even more, Zach. He's only 112 pounds, according to our roster. If that's the case, he is nothing but skin and bones, and that's kind of scary. But nonetheless, a talented athlete on defense so far. Deer Lakes goes ahead and is forced to punt.
Now the snap is away and the punt is off. It is a high punt. It bounces and will head out of bounds about the 28-yard line in Charleroi territory. So that is where they will start their next offensive drive. And Tyler, the best way to watch all programming for CUTV is on CUTV Online, cutv.calu.edu, or on our YouTube page. We are now loading full games. So if you're out of state, like my family is down in Georgia, you can watch all the games that you and I call, or any of the action. If you're on a college football game and you're a parent not able to see your child, you can find us on YouTube and watch the game and see your son and or daughter, depending on the sport, perform the high athleticism that they can show in their sport.
And also, we upload high school games just like this, Zach. So if you're a parent watching at home, you can go on and watch some spectacular plays that your son or daughter, for that case, is doing.
Now a pass from Matthews. He had another receiver open. It is incomplete. He overthrew him. That was number 17, Alec Long, the senior tight end. That might be the first time we called his name, but another overthrown pass from Matthews tonight.
Yeah, Alec Long, an impressive size for a tight end. 6'2", 204 pounds. That's right around what you expect in high school. Pretty decent size from him. Nonetheless, it's a little overthrown. Charleroi quarterback again, Brennan Matthews. Just a little jumpy on offense. He's probably pretty excited that the big win's coming finally for them, as it stands right now at least, with 5:29 left in the third. So they have a 2-possession lead right now. They want to continue that momentum and get their first win of the season. It's very doable if you just continue doing what you're doing on defense at least.
Now a poor snap. Matthews recovers though and not able to connect with his receiver. That is 29, Greg Arnold, the junior running back. So they're not able to connect on that one. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10 from the 28 with 5:25 left in the third quarter of this game.
Just a little overthrown there to the receiver. Nothing you can really do about it if you're the receiver, except, just maybe try to get in better coordination with him in practice next week and try to make those passes a little bit more crisp and clean. That's what practice is for. It's just making up any mistakes that you might make during the game. So this is a good chance for Charleroi to finally see what they have on offense rather than facing those punishing defenses that they played in the first 4 weeks of the season. So they're finally getting some kinks worked out.
Player in motion, and it is a handoff. Has some running room out to the 40-yard line. Tries to break some defenders, taken out at the 42. That is a gain of 14 yards. That is Greg Arnold. Intended receiver for the last play. This time has a motion play that goes for a long gain down the field.
A beautiful job by the offensive lineman there, number 68. We called his name before. That's Chad Wagoner. But nonetheless, a great job by number 29 again, Greg Arnold, being able to see how the play's transponding upfield, and he knows to pull the ball in and hold on to it because there's always that chance of being stripped, but good awareness to know what to do with the ball.
Now another first down play for Charleroi is a run up the middle, evades a couple defenders and taken down at the 44-yard line, so a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Charleroi. The tackle, Brandon Newmaster for Deer Lakes.
Yeah, Brandon Newmaster read that play to a T. I mean, as soon as the ball was snapped, he timed the snap perfectly, brought him down with nowhere for the running back to go for Charleroi. So tough break for Charleroi. It's 2nd and 9. Deer Lakes holding strong so far, not breaking, but bending slowly. So as long as they don't break, I mean, they should be okay.
2nd and 9 for Charleroi. We see another fake motion play as they run out the middle, and that is number 42. That is Brandon Bowman, so he is back in the game. We can see that he's okay. Walked off the field with an injury prior to this drive. It's a gain of 2. Will bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, like I said, just a little cramp. I mean, that's going to happen any given day. He's got to stock up on your potassium, you know. Try to reduce those a little bit. Just a little helpful hint for all you athletes out there that keep getting cramps. Just got to, you know, load up on the potassium. Eat some bananas. You'll be all right. No more cramps for you. No one likes cramps. Cramps can be painful.
Cramps are always painful. I get cramps sometimes even getting out of bed, and I don't even play sports anymore. Playing baseball, it wears on your legs and your lower back a lot. I can always still feel it. But now it is 3rd down and 7. Pass from Matthews. It is complete. Down the field, taken down at the 42-yard line. Completed to who else? Dakota Moore.
Dakota Moore is just that phenomenal athlete, I would say, in AA football right now. You might see him at a local college or maybe even a D1 AA school. It's hard to say. You never know where some of these young athletes might go after their 4 years of high school. But I mean, expect him at least on the Division II level. He's a phenomenal athlete. I'm sure any D2 school would be happy to take him.
Absolutely, a talent like that, anyone would love to have him. See Matthews, now he opts for the option play, but that will go nowhere. It is a loss of 2 yards, so it'll bring up 2nd and 12. Number 2, Ryan Newman, the sophomore wide receiver, probably also playing defensive back on the tackle for Deer Lakes.
Yeah, crushing hit there from Brandon Newmaster on the quarterback, Matthews. But again, Ryan Newman comes in and completes the real tackle, the one that actually counts. So good job by Deer Lakes defense reading that option. That's the first option that Charleroi's run all day. So they were able to read it to a T and stop it before it gained any sort of yardage.
Now, being the NASCAR fan that I know you are, I'm sure seeing Ryan Newman in a number 2 is a little bit weird, as he's always in the number 12. As we see another pitch, but it is fumbled. Charleroi will recover the ball, though, as the Deer Lakes defender fell down before reaching the ball. Charleroi will recover. That is number 21, Trey Duyon, 5'4", Trey Duyon. We've called his name a couple times. But look here, the pitch just a little behind Arnold.
Yeah, he tried to wait to the very last second, Matthews did, and just couldn't get it correctly done. He kind of used the hit to try to get the ball out, but not a good idea. But unfortunately, Ryan Newman doesn't drive the number 12 car, Zach. He drives the 39 car. But nonetheless, I still give you credit for the NASCAR shout-out. I appreciate that very much, me being a NASCAR fan, and also it's always nice to see athletes' names on high school rosters that you can revert to pro sports. We saw Travis Snyder last week, so that's pretty interesting.
Now a run up the middle for Charleroi. That is number 21, Trey Duyon, again on the call. We have another injury for Deer Lakes, I believe. That player is slow to get up, and he is still down on the floor, on the ground. So that was a 3rd and 23. The ball was marked about the 50, so it'll be a 5-yard gain, I believe. But there is a flag on the play. That was actually the flag, not the ball, so we'll have to see what the call is being made.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be here. I believe, if anything, it might be on Charleroi, Zach, but the referees are discussing who it'll be on. Nonetheless, the down player on the field getting some attention from the medical staff. So a lot of cramps so far this game. It is going to be illegal use of the hands on Charleroi, so that's not a good thing. We'll take a look at the replay. As you see the running back there take it upfield, up to the right side, eventually being brought down. That's Greg Arnold, the junior running back. So that'll give Deer Lakes a little bit more room on defense to work with. Try to pin them back a little bit further. It's 3rd and 23 now. So, I mean, 3rd and 28 actually with the hands to the face penalty. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what Charleroi does here to try to convert on this long third down, but it is possible nonetheless.
I would expect to see a short draw run play just to get them a little bit more field position and kick the punt and make Deer Lakes work for it. They haven't scored since their first drive in the first quarter, and with 1:51 left in the third quarter, your defense, you're going to have faith in them to hold up and keep this big lead up by 2 possessions. Player in motion, almost a bad snap, almost fumbled again on a motion play. The runner is brought down at the 38-yard line, and there might be a fumble. Might be a fumble. We'll have to see. There's actually some extracurricular activities going on. There's a flag thrown. We'll have to see which team that goes on. There were some shoving matches going on down at the field, so we'll have to see who this goes against, Tyler. But I'm sure D-Lake's getting very frustrated that they're down by 14 points, and they still have not gotten a win at all this year.
No, yeah, both of these teams are very amped up in this one, especially Charleroi going to halftime, going into a locker room. They were extremely excited and pumped up to be in the lead by 14. We'll take a look at what the penalty is here. It's going to be offsetting by the looks of it. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's unnecessary roughness, offsetting, so no harm, no foul. As we take a look at the replay here, there's the bad snap, almost a fumble, and then there's the tackle here. But we'll see where the extracurricular activity started.
Looks like there might have actually been a fumble on the play. Deer Lake's arguing that was a fumble. The referees say no. Now we have another stoppage in play. Timeout Deer Lakes now. So that will be their first timeout of the second half. They have 2 left with 1.5 minutes left in the third quarter. But Tyler, going back to the penalties, I always like when they give offsetting personal foul penalties because it doesn't affect one team one way or the other. It makes it fair and even to give them offsetting penalties. Now, Tyler, we're going to look at some of our upcoming telecasts. Next Tuesday, we have volleyball versus Fairmont State, the volleyball opener for us. October 5th, we will travel out to the Philadelphia area to face Westchester in Vulcan football. And then October 7th, we have Vulcan hockey homecoming doubleheader, men's and women's, on October 7th. But the one I'm really looking forward to, tomorrow, you and I are going to be calling it the Coal Bowl against IUP Cal Vulcan football.
Absolutely. It's going to be a very interesting game, Zach. It always is every year. Cal U has the upper hand, winning all 4 Coal Bowls since it started. They're going to look to number 5, but IUP is going to be looking for their first Coal Bowl win to get that trophy. I'm sure like nothing more, as they're ranked number 7 in the nation right now. Cal U looking to get into that top 25, only 1 spot out. So there's a lot on the line for the game, especially both teams have a chance to kind of have an advantage in the PSAC West. So we'll see how that works out.
Now Dakota Moore with the punt. I believe it'll be fair caught. Takes a bounce. Looks like it might have hit a Deer Lakes player. We'll have to see what the official calls. It might have hit a Deer Lakes player.
Moore's punt is down by number 33.
I don't believe it did, though. The ref says no touch, so it is down at the 25-yard line. First and 10, or from the 26, excuse me, first and 10 for the Lancers.
Well, we'll see what our cameras can see here, Zach, as we take a look at the punt. Man, I thought that might have hit him, but I guess it doesn't. Might have been a few yards short, as you see some extracurricular activities again at the end of that play. Both of these teams are very amped up, ready to play, trying to get the first win. Deer Lake's starting to show a little bit of frustration, though, as they can't really get anything going on offense, but their defense is standing strong, not allowing any points yet in the second half, rather.
Deer Lakes with the play now. Muskie with the pass. Receiver open, and it is caught. An amazing athletic grab. Jumps up and gets his hands up there. That is number 89 for Deer Lakes. That is Shane Brody, the senior receiver. And you can clearly see his emotion, excited that this drive might get going somewhere.
That play by Brody was pretty Brody, if I will, Zach. That looked pretty good. Disgusting, if you will, in a good sense, though. In a very good sense. You like to see how these athletes can get up and catch a ball like that. I like to call some moves that were disgusting grody because, ooh, that was grody, in the moment. But it looks good. Nonetheless, it looks real good.
Now a run up the middle for Deer Lakes. That is number 10, Burns, on the run. It is a gain to about the 46-yard line, so a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Lancers. Finally starting to get stuff moving on offense now, trying to still rely on that run. but working the clock as well, working the offensive passing as well too. So finally starting to get things rolling. Hopefully that's a sign of good stuff to show from Deer Lakes. They need it. They really do.
And they are actually moving to the no huddle right now, Tyler. A delayed no huddle really, as another handoff up the middle to about midfield, taken down about the 48-yard line. So that will be a gain of 6, bring up 3rd and 1, a very short 3rd down. That will actually be the last play of the 3rd quarter, I believe, though, unless Deer Lakes can get the snap off. There's only 2, 1, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. So, just like at halftime, the score holds 21-7 Charleroi. When we come back, we'll see the final quarter of action. Or excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep it here because we have a tradition on CUTV's Football Game of the Week. Tyler, you gave a little hint to it earlier where we give the hot dog score to every game that we go to. You see right there, 9.4 for Charleroi.
That was a delicious hot dog. I had one before the game started, Zach, and I tell you what, it smelled amazing from up here, and I was like, man, I got to go get me one of them hot dogs. So I did. I might have bulged a little bit, purged a little bit, but as you see, it ranks out of our list of greatness here. It's not as good as the California Trojans' 9.7 hot dog, but nonetheless, it's ranked 3rd right now in front of Carmichael's hot dogs. 9.6 coming from Elizabeth Forward's. 9.6 Oreos, the deep fried Oreos. But that 9.4 gets him into the chase spot, as we like to call it, Zach, as the chase for the race for the best hot dog, for the best concessions in the area is on. They currently are ranked 3rd, so they're that last contestant that's in there for the overall score. So it's always nice to see. Hopefully they don't get edged out in those last 3 games. I know Brownsville has some pretty good deep fried Oreos themselves. So if I was Charleroi concession stand, I'm kind of biting my fingernails over those Brownfield's Falcons because you never know when they're going to pull out a 10.0 on the deep fried Oreos.
And I have never actually had a deep fried Oreo in my lifetime, Tyler, so I'm looking forward to trying what you say is such a delectable treat. As now it is 3rd down. Looks like the first down will be grabbed out to the 46. That is a gain of 2, enough for a new set of downs. But I'm looking forward to having that deep fried Oreo at Brownsville's Stadium when we go there, when they play Mount Pleasant in a couple of weeks.
I'm a little saddened that you haven't had a deep fried Oreo yet, Zach. Kind of upset by that. Thought you might have, but nonetheless, Brayton Shepard on the tackle on that one. At the final official tackle, you saw him jump over the pile to bring the running back down. But yeah, Zach, you got to have a deep fried Oreo. You got to experience the greatness of a deep fried Oreo, the warmness and the deliciousness. It's all great.
Now it's a pass from Deer Lakes. That is Plosky. And it is intercepted, but then let go. I want to say that's Dakota Moore again. That would have been his 3rd interception of the night, Tyler. He's everywhere. There might be 11 Dakota Moores on that field for the Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, Moore has been all over the place all game, on offense, on defense, on special teams, but unfortunately now he's starting to cramp up like a lot of the other athletes have been so far this game, so that's never good to see. He's kind of walking a little bit slow, showing that he's okay. He's going to stay on the field for a few more plays at least. Hopefully those cramps don't affect him too badly as you see him stretch there. Deer Lakes 2nd and 10 now on offense, trying to keep the drive alive, trying to get something going on offense. They need points fast.
2nd and 10 from the 47 for Deer Lakes. It is a screen pass to the 40. That is going to be our first down out to about the 35-yard line. So that would be a gain of 12 for the Lancers. That'll bring them a new set of downs.
Yeah, great play there. They're really liking the screen pass on offense. That's the one they've been going to usually when they pass. They've either gone downfield or they go for the screen pass. So it works out for them every play, mostly every play at least getting some sort of yardage on it. That time getting a first down, so they might revert to it a little bit more as the night continues in this 4th quarter. Only 11 minutes left in the game, so they got to get points on the board now, and they got to get points on the board again if they want to even tie it up with this team.
Kelly with the pass, receiver open at the 29, takes it out to about the 28. So Scott Kelly is still in at quarterback for the Lancers. That was a gain of 7 right there. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Kelly getting a little bit more confident now in the pocket, which is always nice to see. Kelly is only a sophomore, so he's still kind of young, has a little bit more time to develop, and this is a good way to get his feet wet underneath the quarterback position.
Fake pass, and now another screen, but it overthrows his receiver. That's number 10. That is Hunter Burns. So the screen does not work there. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 from the 28. Need to get to the 25 for another new set of downs and keep the drive going.
Just a little bit overthrown there. Got a little excited. He was a little bit pressured. He saw the pressure coming on defense, so he wanted to get the ball off in time to make sure the play worked. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case for Deer Lakes or for Kelly. So now you got to figure out what you're going to do here on a short 3rd down and 3. A lot of different things can happen. You could expect the run. You could expect another screen pass, maybe something long to throw the defense off. But we're going to see what Deer Lakes has to offer.
It is going to be a run up the middle. It will be about a 2.5-yard gain, I would say, Tyler. It's not enough for the first down, though. Looks like he's right at the 26 or 25.5-yard line. So they will bring up 4th and 1. And I have to imagine Deer Lakes, with so little time left, only 10 minutes, they are going to have to go for it if they want to get some points on the board.
Yeah, you got to go for it at this point. It's only 4th and 1, so you only have 1 yard to gain. Even a quarterback keeper will probably get you that 1 yard typically, unless that Charleroi defense, who's held strong against his run so far in the game, holds strong again on this 4th down conversion. We'll see what they decide to do here. It's going to be an interesting play call.
4th and 1. It is a run, and there's a big running lane right there, taken all the way out to the 19-yard line. So that is a gain of 7 yards on 4th down. Gives the Lancers 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line with 9:33 left in the half.
Brendan Bowman, with the help, of course, from Dakota Moore on the tackle there. A nice crushing hit. Moore is not only a great offensive player, but he's great on defense too, but not only because he can get there, but because he delivers a big pop whenever he does.
Now another run play for the Lancers, this time for no gain. It is a loss of 2. So 2nd and 12 from the 21 will come up now.
Yeah, Keenan Griffith on the tackle here. Watch the replay. You take a look at him. He comes flying up through the side and brings it down. 15 was the one who came out of nowhere, Brendan Matthews, to make the tackle. 68 also helping out big time on that one. Chad Wagoner, a big team effort on the defensive stop there. So that's going to let time tick down to 8:45 left. Zach, it's just continuing to roll. Time's not in the favor of Deer Lakes at this point. They got to start using that clock a little bit better.
Charleroi defense showing why they want to be the bigger set of spoons tonight in this game, as there's a pass incomplete towards the end zone. So that will bring up 3rd and 12 from the 21-yard line. We look at the replay here, just overthrows a defender and his receiver.
Yeah, but go figure, it's Dakota Moore on the defensive pressure on that one, not allowing the receiver to get very open to make the catch. So good job by Moore again to not only deliver a lot of good big popping hits, but to be there on coverage as well. I mean, he plays a phenomenal game, Zach. I'll be excited to see where he goes after this. He's a senior, so he's going to go somewhere, hopefully. It's just a matter of where.
Now another screen pass, this time incomplete. So that will bring up 4th and 12 from the 21. Now, Tyler, this is where the big decision making comes in. Do you go for it, or do you get the field goal, have your defense hold it, and then try and go for a 2-point conversion later if you get the touchdown?
It's a really tough spot, Zach, because being at the 21-yard line puts you at about, what, a 34-yard field goal or so?
38-yard field goal, which is 17 from the spot of the ball.
Right, so that's kind of far. So I don't think you go for the field goal, but you kind of have to go for the 4th down now because you don't have a lot of time on your hands. You got to work with what you have, and that's what Deer Lakes is deciding to do. Hopefully they can get it done for their sake.
Passes away, and it is complete. An amazing athletic grab for Deer Lakes. That is number 10, Hunter Burns. Tyler, I'm sure we might see that on Tuesday during high school roundup, during our highlights, and even the best of the best.
There's a good chance you will, just because of when the catch came in the game. It's very important, and especially if they come back on Charleroi, that'll be even more important because that play started it right there. A great catch from the receiver, as you said, Hunter Burns. So, I mean, the quarterback's getting more comfortable behind the pocket now. It's starting to roll for Deer Lakes.
Now a run up the middle. That is Hunter Burns again. We'll have to see, does he get into the end zone? They will call him down short at about the 3-inch line. He gets that close, not in yet. So Charleroi still not breaking.
Not breaking, but bending pretty bad now, Zach, and I think they're about to break finally for the first time since the first quarter. But unfortunately, there is an injury for Charleroi on that play. A player is down, and they're rushing out to take care of him. He might just be cramping up. It's hard to say. But nonetheless, let's take a look at some back-to-back plays from Deer Lakes that have really propelled their drive some. You take a look at this play from a little bit earlier in the third quarter. There's your quarterback again, Scott Kelly. Again, getting more comfortable in the pocket, completing his passes to his receivers a little bit more and more accurate as the time progresses, as he's back behind the pocket more. And then you see this play, of course, again, the one that you just saw there, a great fourth down conversion. And it allows you to keep the drive alive. It allows you to keep some points, at least try to put some more points on the board. And that's the name of the game at this point. There's only 7:59 left. So, I mean, you got to put points up soon, and you got to put them up quick.
And now, Tyler, we're going to look at the upcoming high school games of the week. In a couple weeks, there is no game next week. We're going to Westchester for our Vulcan football. In a couple weeks, Beth Center at Fraser. That has to be a big matchup in Tri-County South Conference. Then Mount Pleasant at Brownsville, where I'll finally try a deep-fried Oreo. And then Altoona at Connellsville to wrap up the 2013 high school football season.
Definitely a good way to end the season. Seeing an Altoona team that plays, I believe, in District 7, but plays a Whippeal schedule. So that's going to be a different way to see it. But Deer Lakes will take the snap.
I do not believe the refs are not signaling touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. There is no touchdown. Tyler will have to look on the replay. He might be in there.
I don't think he was. It's close. That is really close on that little last turn of the body. I think the ball might have crossed the plane, but the referees didn't see it. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1-inch mark. Deer Lakes got to find a way to get it in that last inch and try to get that 6 points on the board, because it's got to happen soon, because if you don't succeed here on the next 2 downs, you're in a load of trouble as far as time management goes.
Now the run, and this time they will get into the end zone. I believe that was number 10 Hunter Burns gets the amazing catch on 4th down. This time gets into the end zone, Tyler. And Deer Lakes is right back in this one, down 21-13.
Yeah, good job by Burns to use some momentum and just dive forward and no looking back, just get in the end zone. That's what he did. Finally, points on the board. First points on the board since early their first drive in the first quarter. So now I believe they're just going to go for the field goal, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to set up, get the extra point, and only be down by 1 possession.
And being down by 1 possession, the kick is out, and it is blocked. It's blocked. Charleroi blocks the extra point. So Deer Lakes is still down by 8 points with 7:04 left. When we come back, we'll see if Charleroi can hold their lead with only 7 minutes left here on CUTV.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of the child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism.
Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back to Cougar Stadium here on the campus of Charleroi Area High School. It has been noted as the Rose Bowl of the Mon Valley. It is a spectacular facility, Tyler. And Charleroi is trying to hold their 8-point lead. They blocked an extra point, so they have a little bit of an advantage. but they need to keep a grasp of it with only 7:04 left.
Yeah, if you're Charleroi, you got to put points on the board now and kind of put the final nail in the coffin, if you will, of Deer Lakes. Try to put them away for good, because no score here and another Deer Lakes score, that changes the game completely. I think that touchdown might change this game up a little bit. Give some confidence to Deer Lakes to know, okay, well, we can score, and that first one wasn't just a fluke.
Now McGoslin's kick is away, taken at the 15. That is Moore with the return, running down the sideline, has some running room, breaks the defenders, taken down around the 46-yard line. So Moore almost breaks one off there, Tyler. That would have given Charleroi a 15-point advantage. Luckily, Deer Lake stopped him.
It's so hard to stop a man that can do so much on a kick or punt return, and Moore finally able to get that one out. But nonetheless, he's able to do so on the kick return. Doing a good job on special teams tonight. We saw it in Bernardowski last week for Elizabeth Forward, able to do a lot on special teams. And when you have a player like that could do so much, it's great to have.
Now Matthews fails to pitch the ball away and is taken down for a loss of about 4 yards. And there is a flag being thrown. There's 2 flags on the play. Looks like there might be some extracurricular activities that the referees do not agree with. We'll have to see what the call is from the white hat. But I believe this one's going to go on Deer Lakes, Tyler.
Markers on the play.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Zach. I think that's which way it's going to go. Yeah, it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Deer Lakes. They're getting a little too excited on this one. We'll take a look at the replay, though, to see what we can see. Brendan Matthews taken down immediately on the play. Nothing that we can see that legal, though. Nothing a little too out of the normal. Brandon Newmaster, though, on a great stop. He's been making great stops on defense for Deer Lakes ever since the game started. Timing some of the snaps perfect to get into the backfield and cause a big disturbance for Matthews, not allowing him to get the kind of time that he would like in the pocket, and also causing the running backs not to have the kind of room to run around. So a good defensive presence for Deer Lakes.
6:46 left in the game. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Charleroi leads 21-13. Now they will come up. 2 receivers, 1 on each side. 2 backs in the backfield. Matthews with the high snap, a run up the middle. He is taken down at the 35-yard line. So a loss of 1 yard on the play. Will be 2nd and 11 as the clock continues to run.
Yeah, Deer Lake's playing great defense right now, Zach, and they got to keep that, whatever it is inside of them right now that's causing them to go overboard. Keep that down, keep focused, keep strong. Don't let them get too hyped up, because it's only going to hurt them in the long run. There's 2 unsportsmanlike penalties. This last one being the only one that's hurt them. So they kind of just got to calm down a little bit and let the game play itself.
Now Matthews keeps it himself, and he will run out to the outside towards his right, out to the 25-yard line. That is a gain of 10. That will bring up 3rd and a very short 1. So if Charleroi can convert this 3rd down, you have to imagine this game might almost be sealed, as there's only 5:25 left in the game.
Big 3rd down here for Deer Lakes.
And they do convert on 3rd down, get the 1st down. So a new set of downs for Charleroi Cougars. And with 5:15 left in the game, 1st and 10 from about the 23-yard line. If they can keep the ball a little bit longer, punch it in for a score, this game is almost over.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Zach. Deer Lakes has had a lot of fight as of late, but not enough in the end of the 1st quarter or at all in the 2nd quarter. Really just not doing very well on offense. Staying strong pretty well defensively, but you got to score points whenever you're down, and they were just not able to do so efficiently in time.
Now 1st down, a run up the middle, gain to the 19-yard line, so that's a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 from Brandon Bowman. So Charleroi really pounding the rock up the middle of Deer Lake's defense.
Yeah, 42 on the carry on that one. Again, that's Brandon Bowman. the senior running back. He's got a good size to him, so he used that size to his advantage to plow through the Deer Lakes defensive line. Does so pretty successfully. They're just going to chip away now, work the clock. I mean, they've been doing it all drive. If they score, that's great, but if not, you still work the clock to your advantage. So, nonetheless, it's a good offensive drive.
2nd and 6 from the 19-yard line. Matthews with the snap. Another handoff up the middle. This time taken down for maybe a gain of 1. So, it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 18-yard line for Charleroi with under 4 minutes left here in the game. Charleroi is really trying to run off some time on the clock. If they can't get a score here, they at least know that they're up by 8. So if Deer Lakes gets a touchdown, they have to get the 2-point conversion as well. 3rd and 5. There are 4 receivers, 2 on each side, 1 back behind Matthews. Matthews will throw it, has the receiver, and is dropped. Dakota Moorer, been calling his name all night, let that one go through his hands. So Deer Lakes defense holds up. We'll have to see. Does Charleroi go for the field goal? It would be 36 yards, give them a 2-possession lead here, or do they try and go for it and try and seal the deal even more?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them just go for the field goal, Zach. It is a long attempt, but nonetheless, I think it's a smart decision. But Moorer's got to work on something here because he's got to learn to control the ball a little bit better. He's had a lot of good passing opportunities, but just not able to hold on to the ball. That's something you got to fix if you plan on going to college to play college football.
4th down. The pass is tipped and incomplete. So Deer Lakes will get the ball back with 3 minutes and 18 seconds left from the 19-yard line. They're going to need a drive of the ages here if they want to try and tie this one up. They need a touchdown and 2 points. But look at the tip here, Tyler.
Yeah, you see, oh, wow, great penetration by the defense there. I believe it was number 7 on the block there. Arland Carpozzi is his name. He's a senior running back, so good job by him being able to get through the defense, knock the ball down, not let Charleroi get that 4th down conversion. So now they take over on offense. They scored on the last possession. We'll see if they're going to score again this time.
Now as a pitch to the right, some running room. Taken down at the 26-yard line, so a gain of 7 on that play. Brings up 2nd and 3. The clock will keep running. Now 3:05 left. Hunter Burns on the run.
Hunter Burns doing a good job getting to the outside, working with as much room as he's got. He gained 7 yards on that one, so they got to continue working the clock a little bit better here as he takes the handoff.
Now another pitch. This time takes it back up the middle. 2 to 30. That is enough for a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 30. Stops the clock as they move the chains at 2 minutes and 43 seconds for Deer Lakes.
Fortunately for Deer Lakes, they have 2 timeouts to work with as well. So if they're going to make something happen on this drive, they have some help other than the clock itself. So they got to make sure they work the clock well. They got to use the timeouts to their advantage. They got to play smart football. They're capable of doing it.
Now 1st and 10, another run up the middle, breaks some defenders, keeps going up the middle, heading towards midfield, taken down at the 45-yard line. A big gain of 15 yards right there for Hunter Burns with 2:26 left. It is 1st and 10 from the 45.
Burns did a good job beating one tackler, beating another tackler again, and he gets going. Just keeps shedding tacklers, trying to do what he can, putting the team on his back. And there should be a timeout called from Deer Lakes, and that's what's showing on the scoreboard now with only 1 timeout to work with. They're going to take a break, reassess what's going on, come up with a new offensive strategy, and try to work that clock a little bit. 2:26 left. You've got time. You're running your 2-minute offense at this point. They're driving pretty well on Charleroi, so just keep doing what they're doing, and they might find themselves in the end zone before time expires.
Yeah, the one thing for Deer Lakes that they need to make sure they do, though, is if they want to tie this game up, they need the touchdown first. That's the first step. They need the 2-point conversion as well. But if you don't get that, you need to make sure you leave enough time for yourself to get the onside kick and try and drive the ball back down there for a possible winning field goal. So they have to be mindful of the clock here, not only because there's only 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, but because of how it might play out for them, which we will have to watch as it proceeds in front of us, in front of our very own eyes here at Cougar Stadium. 21-13, Cougar lead with 2:26 left, a 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
It'll be a long bus ride home if Deer Lakes loses this game, so I'm sure they want to avoid that happening. So
1st and 10, player in motion, and another pitch play. This time Hunter Burns taken down in the backfield for a loss of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the 40, not something that Deer Lakes wanted to happen on those pitch plays.
Burns gets tripped up on the pitch on that play. You see the player in motion on that one, and eventually you're going to see the snap, and eventually you're going to see the pitch. And of course there's the pitch. You see him try to get out there, but good job by the defender there from Charleroi. That's Jake Lemon, the junior defensive linebacker rather. So good job by him being able to come down with the tackle.
And now it is a pitch play, but a pass almost intercepted by Charleroi. That is number 21. That is Trey Duyon, the 5'4" sophomore defensive back. That is almost maybe the 5th interception that Charleroi could have had in their own hands.
Great camera work there from our cameramen here, able to follow the ball to a T to see where that one ended up. However, it didn't end up in anyone's hands. Ended up being an incomplete pass. 3rd and 14 for the Lancers now. You got to make something happen in these next 2 downs. Minute 45 left, Zach. It's going to be an exciting finish.
3rd and 14 with 1:43 left. Pass deep. Almost intercepted. Dakota Moore. That has to be the 5th one he's almost come up with, Tyler. You see the amazing hands he has as a wide receiver. I'm surprised he doesn't come down with some of these when he's on defense.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too, Zach. I figured by now we'd have at least 1 interception, but nothing to show. Pushed off the receiver to try to get some advantage, but not enough advantage. It's going to be 4th and 14. It all comes down to this play now, Zach.
This is for all the marbles here, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute and 40 seconds left. 4th and 14 from the 41-yard line. Deer Lakes needs to convert here if they want to keep the drive going and the game. Pass is incomplete. Charleroi will take over on downs. So all hopes of a Deer Lakes comeback look to have ended on that drive. You'll have to see, though. Charleroi might cough up the ball and give Deer Lakes another opportunity with still 1:37 left.
If I'm Charleroi, I'm not even going to take the chance of that happening. Just take the knee, end the game, get your first win of the season finally, and be happy, especially on homecoming. You want that kind of win in your favor, just to give the home crowd a little bit something to be happy about. And I'm sure that's probably what they're going to do. Nothing big, nothing fancy. 1:37 left. You're up by 8. It's just smooth sailing from here on out. They're probably going to go in the victory formation as you see.
They are actually not going into victory formation. They are going shotgun, run up the middle. The runner is still not down, taken down at about the 38-yard line, a gain of 3. Deer Lakes will call their final timeout. Well, I thought they did. I heard a whistle, but no, Deer Lakes will let the clock run down to 1:20 left. Now they call their final timeout, I believe, as the clock finally stops at 1:16. Deer Lakes does take their final timeout as they are down by 8.
Yeah, you know, I figured they might go in the victor formation, but they proved me wrong, Zach. But nonetheless, there's no proving what's up on your screen right now wrong. The fact that they're probably going to get their first win of the season here tonight. Then you got a game against Waynesburg, again at home. And then you got GCC at GCC, so you got to take care of business there. And then you get to come back home rather against Southmoreland. I figured they might be going to Russ Grimm Field down there in Southmoreland, a very nice facility, but not going there. Then they're going to be at Brownsville for the season finale. So Southmoreland Field, actually, an interesting thing about that, Russ Grimm Field actually being washed away. So Southmoreland is playing at Addison Stadium. They played there for at least a couple games. I don't know if they got the field fixed at all yet or not, but at least it was a beautiful facility at the time. Hopefully that washed away field isn't totally ruined, because that'd be a shame to see a lot of money went into that field. So.
And now, Tyler, they go into the victory formation. One play later, Matthews will take a knee, and that will run some time off the clock. They will have to do it a couple more times, I believe, with 1:08 left. But Charleroi is going to come away with their first victory of the year. And I know we're both frustrated because we picked Deer Lakes to win this game, but nonetheless, on homecoming, Charleroi really proved that the competition they played helped them get better early on in the season, playing the top 4 teams in the Interstate Conference. They got better, and they're going to come away with a big victory, their first of the season.
You know, I'm not all that angry, Zach, because I kind of hinted to you guys that Charleroi might actually end up winning this thing in the long run, and I didn't want to be that kind of person to be like, oh, change my pick. You know, but I'll just let it happen. It is what it is. I know what I called after I made the choice. I called Charleroi winning this one, and I'm happy that I did. And I'm sure Charleroi's happy that they get their first win of the season. It's always a great feeling to get that monkey off your back, and you get to look to the rest of your season now with finally one win under your belt, carry some momentum to play not Washington, but play Waynesburg next. So it's always nice to see a team on homecoming come up with a win, get that first win of the season. Great night for Charleroi fans.
Charleroi comes away with the victory. They are now 1-4 in the year. Deer Lakes drops to 0-5. Charleroi wins 21-13. For Tyler Harris and the rest of the crew, I'm Zach Lamar. Thanks for joining us on CUTV's Game of the Week.